welcome to the watch along. We got Sydney versus the GWS Giants. How are we all? Welcome to the show. Welcome if you are watching as well on our proud partners, Sideline.fm, your one-stop shop for audio-only content. How are we all, chat? I'm Paul, g'day. Andrew, g'day, mate. Hunter, great to see you, mate. I will reply to you. I've had a bit of a stinker of a day. We are going to talk about something a bit serious in a minute, but I mean, this is a big game, this. But while we all get you in, like, if I don't speak about something, as I've got older, I've realised I get angry about it. So I want to level with you. And this is like aimed predominantly at Carlton fans, this. So if you're not a Carlton fan, you're probably not involved. But all the narrative around Elijah Hollands, right? I just want to let people know, right, that last week I went on Footy Abroad and I spoke up for men's mental health. I was big on this. I said that it's incredibly forgotten. And you know what? A lot of you reached out to me and said, thank you very much for sending love and showcasing something that no other YouTuber is doing, with some of your words. I have witnessed this. I've stayed quiet on it. Now, I'm not going to speculate what's going on in Elijah's life. Do you know why? Because I'm a mere mortal, right? I'm a mere mortal. I haven't got the right to judge what other people are doing and not doing it, right? But I'm going to say this. I can only speak for myself. When I was 22 years old, I went to rehab. I had a heroin, amphetamine and cocaine addiction. I was very lucky in my life to have a real good mate, a brother that got me the help I needed. Now, long story short, I got clean. I've not touched the stuff since then. So I'm like 18 years clean. It's a long time, right? I crashed my car, and while I had concussion and was in hospital, messages got back to my big brother and my granddad that I got back on the gear, right? This caused them great mental strain while I was hurt. I don't mind admitting to you guys, and I don't often talk about this, and I probably should do, but I decided that night that I wanted to end my life because I had been clean for 3 years, and people who said that they loved me had gone round and told people that I was a junkie. They knew I didn't change, and I'd never given them a reason to, right? Reading some of the comments from some people that DM'd me and emailed me this week saying thank you for speaking out for men's mental health has opened up a little boy inside of me that remembered what it was like to hear people that were willing to be my friend hope I had fallen off the wagon, and I didn't. And I took a drug test to prove to my brother at the time I hadn't. We live in a society right now where making burn accounts and trolling is considered fun. We live in a society now that everyone can have an opinion, and that is totally fine. You can have an opinion. But I want you to remember, when you have these opinions, you can't then say you want a mental health round if you are making comments like I've seen. I'm not going to expose the person, but I saw a comment today that said, I hope he overdoses so we have a mid-season draft pick. And this person actually DM'd me saying, thank you for speaking out. I lost a friend last year to mental health. Just remember, like, we are all human beings, and this is going to shock you. Words are spells. Words have ramifications. So I just want you to think, when you can be angry, and whatever happens in life, if it is drug related, you are responsible. But just remember, right? Mental health isn't something that you can check in and out of just for fun. It is, you either for it or you are against it. But just remember, you can't do that. That's all we're going to talk. That's all we're going to talk about it. But chat, we've got a game to talk about, and let's have a bit of fun. Yeah? Let's have a bit of fun. That's the last we'll talk about it tonight, I think. But I'll be honest, I've had a bad mental health day. I'll be honest, it's actually tipped me over the edge. But I'm here. So I love you all. So we've got a game on our hands. We've got GWS versus Sydney. Let's see how we need to do it. Let's see how it goes. Thank you very much, everyone. Fiona, love you. Love you all, chat. Here we go. Nice boot kick by Brodie Grundy. Kicking it into the back half of the ground. GWS frantically try and get it out. Clayton Oliver, nice dinky little handball. Tell you what, can I just say, AFL, this screen... Hey, Andrew, much love, mate. Go Blues. You know what is beautiful to watch? Can I just say, the camera angle is absolutely amazing. Billy, I love you. $5. Thank you very much, mate. I love you too, mate, as well. I mean that. You're a shining light. I love you, Anthony. I love you all, chat. Thank you. I love you. So here we are. Big stoppage inside the forward 50. We got Brodie Grundy doing battle with my boy Nick Madden. Jake Stringer can't quite grab it. Cleared by Matt Roberts to left wing. Bouncing ball. Joe Lamarty versus Lecky Leah. That's a great pickup by Laverdi. Lecky Leah supports his man. Clever work there by Lockie Ash. Goes inside. Ground ball. Remember, Caelan Brown is a late in for Jesse Hogan as well, chat. Hey, I love you, Rainer, mate. Mate, reach out if you need anything. Hey, I love you all too, chat. And out we go. Toby Bedford. Tell you what, Toby Bedford looks like a man that would be very good in a bar fight scenario. Do you think? Weird call that by me. Here we are. Sydney do battle in the ruck. Is that free? No free pay. Blakey gives it off. Heaney, probably the best player in the competition at the moment. Lekalia knocks it down. Malcolm Rosas, his dancing feet, goes into the corridor. That is one hell of a kick, chat. One hell of a kick. Justin McInerney, bouncing ball, shot at goal, looks a beauty. It is a beauty. The Swans with 70. With a goal there. What a goal. Big James Jordan. Oh my good Lord. $80 from Gavin. Mate. I love you, Gav. I love you. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Good evening, Rational Roman. Thank you, mate. Hey, Gav. I'll definitely go with the kebab after. Good evening, Jad Park. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much. Good evening, Helena. How are we all? James Jordan with an absolute beauty to start the game. What a start we have, chat. What a start. You know what? Sometimes all we've got in life is footy. Hey, Rainer, I love you, brother, man. Don't let the buggers get you down, mate. My pop used to tell me that, and sometimes that's true. Here we are, Brodie Grundy up against Lecky here. Chad Warner tackled without the ball. Umpire says, I don't care about it. Clayton Oliver inside 50. Bouncing ball. Tell you what, Sydney have gone for marks and just missed it. It's put themselves into trouble. But they're clean hands here. Justin in trouble. Blakey's got just run it in front of you, mate. You serious? Quick handball. Malcolm Rosas, dancing feet, goes inside. Here they go again. Is Justin McInerney the best player you've ever seen in a year? Tom Papley, there is McInerney. As I've said that, he's just laid the worst handball I've ever seen and then had the worst throw attempt I've ever seen. So sorry, Justin, for ruining it. Big mark by McCartin. Hey, Alex, how are you? Bombers. Hey, I didn't bring it in. Billy, I do think maybe we've just noticed it too much. Hey, Gav, I really appreciate you, mate. I love you. Hunter, mate, kebabs and a cup of tea. It could be the perfect combination, eh? We found the cures to happiness. Hey, Tiger Time, we're all suckers for the footy. Nick Blakey, that is an absolute exquisite kick. Can't be taken in, though, by Matt Roberts. He handballs it off. Riccardi, he's improved. Thomas James Papley takes a bounce. Goes back inbound. The Lizard takes them both on. Wrong foots them both. Delivers a ball. And they've double-teamed Charlie. Teresa! Hello, my darling. How are you? Love you, my darling. Alex, I'm feeling a bit better, mate. I got it off my chest at the start, what I needed to, so I feel a little bit better. How are you? Here we go. Big booming kick by Laverde. Bombers fans, Laverde, do you just think it's just proof that system makes an average player okay? Oh my God, Teresa with the 10 gifted. Tell you what, chat, you're trying to set me off today, aren't you? You're trying to see if my steely facade can be broken down. Rachel, welcome to the crew. Thank you very much, Teresa. You are. Give Teresa and Gav muchest lovers. Clayton Oliver goes inside. Deep kick. Oh, Bedford can't take it. Stringer. Oh, I'll tell you, Sydney's resolved defensively. Hey, Albert, how are you, mate? Very good. Teresa, I love you. You know that. Never let me speak ill of Collingwood ever again, chat. You Collingwood guys and girls, honestly, are really good. Yeah, Bombers, it just shows you, doesn't it? Like, system hides all, doesn't it? I'm all right, Christine. How are you? Hey, I love Cooper Trembath. Yeah, Greenman, I've got him. So, you know what? I'm actually going to go the full hog because Swoop's a good mate of mine. I'm going to get a colour tattoo. It's going to cost me a bit more. Got to do it properly and protect my my mate. Hunter, it could be. Mike, I love you, brother. Much love. Ethnic, definitely. I always say it, though. I think, like average players, when we slate them in a bad system, I actually think we forget that a lot of average players become good, resourceful players in good systems. How do I feel seeing Charlie in red and white? Doesn't really bother me anymore. I treat him like an ex-girlfriend. I'm just over it. Paul. I love you, brother. Thank you for the $5. Really, I feel sorry for them too, mate. Burn. God bless him. Nice little intercept mark there. Atom, mate. I love you, brother. Number between 5 and 15. Let's go 13 as Amati takes a mark. Let's go 13. Camcott, when does Carlton win? When does Carlton win the next game? Fucking don't ask me, man. Have you seen my reputation this week of guaranteeing a win and putting a bet on the line, bro? I'm like $400 down the Swanee to get a freaking full colour tattoo on my ankle, bro. I wouldn't ask me anything about football for the next 6 months. Do you know what I mean? Joel Amati has a shot at goal. Absolutely nails it. Sydney 2 goals to the good. Hello, Blue Bagger. How are you, mate? You know what? I read your comment earlier on Blue Abroad's channel. I love you, man. Like, look, I know it's hard at the minute being a Carlton fan, but don't check out, man. We're in it together. Gav, mate, too true. Teresa with the $130 donation. 10 for every number you guessed. I love you, Teresa. Honestly. You know what? I really, you know, thank you, Teresa. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? This community is the best community in the world. Genuinely. I love you, Fred. I love you. Genuinely, best community in the world. I'm privileged to be a small part of it. Nick Madden will take the free kick. He goes inside 50. It's a deep kick. It's a bouncing ball. Tell you what, Sydney are amazing defensively. Nick Blakey gets his lines cleared. Andrew, love you, mate. I love you, Atom, mate. Thank you very much, Paul. I really appreciate you. Inside they go. It's a deep kick. It's probably too good for Logan McDonald. And Callum Brown, sneaky little man. Connor Iden, sneaky little man. Tried to trick him. Didn't get it. Hey, James, how you doing? Mike, thank you, mate. I really appreciate it. It's something that's very close to my heart, man. And that doesn't mean I segregate anyone else. But yeah, young men, old men, old men, they definitely need representation. And if I can be that guy, that makes me a little bit happier. Lockie Ash clears his lines. Lekalia goes backwards, finds Nick Blakey with a handball. Tom Papley very quick off the deck. Inside 50 is another wasted one. Why is Charlie always like making body contact with defenders? Like, create the separation, mate. We know you're good. Nick Madden handball cleared by Clayton Oliver. And Lekalia, big brave mark. Teresa, I love you. Thank you. Jack Pat, thank you very much. Ampol, mate, you've got to protect people, and we keep saying that football is a family, isn't it? I'd question if I would put any of my family members under that duress. Helena, thank you very much for the $14.99. I love you, Helena. I hope you have a... Sorry, is it Helena? I always pronounce them kind of things wrong. I hope you have real good luck this week. Thank you very much, chat. I really appreciate you. As Logan McDonald takes a fantastic mark inside 15. 50. You know what? Logan McDonald's never quite kicked on, has he? Blue Bagger, mate, I like winter weather. Like, there is something very cathartic, is that a word? About wearing a beanie and a jumper inside. Hey, James, nothing worse, man. I love you, man. I'm glad your life's turned around as well with a job and stuff, man. That's really good for you, man. Logan McDonald. Sydney, you know what, chat? I hate to say this. Sydney might be genuinely the best side in the competition at the minute. Oh my God, Teresa with 100. Okay, I'm done. It wasn't enough. Teresa, I love you. Thank you so much. You are the best. You know what? Teresa's technically paid for the tattoo now. So now it's going to be full colour. So I will be repping Swoop Loop for the rest of my life. Pommy, I'm all right, mate. If you actually go back and watch the first 5 minutes, I don't have to repeat it because I'll probably break down in tears. But genuinely, I'm very disappointed in the club to put someone in that situation, to be honest. I'm with you, Sean. Look, you can't take your skin off when it's hot, can you? But you can put clothes on. Thank you very much, Gav. Thank you very much, everyone. Inside 50 again by Sydney. Umpire lets a lot of these go. I haven't, Bombers Rocket fan. Mrs. Pom's actually been quite good with it. Groomman, they're very good, aren't they? Mrs. Pom's actually been quite good with it. She actually got me to see a bit of sense today that I've got to look at it this way, that I'm supporting a good friend of mine. So I was like, okay. Mrs. Pom's good at, like, tricking me that it's a good idea. Billy Spawn, thank you very much for Astral Roman. You are too kind. Hey, Judy, how you doing? Inside 50 GWS go. It's a deep kick. Lekalia, the ball bounces. Whose idea was it to make the ball egg-shaped? He's probably thinking. Well, I thought I'd choose this one. Yaval, I hope you're doing well, mate, because we could have a bit of fun. Tiger time, nothing worse, mate. Blue Bag, you know what? When you put the heating on, it's the best feeling in the world, isn't it? Here we are, Chad Warner looking for ways out of traffic. Goes for the switch. It's a dangerous switch. But Matt Roberts did well. Not much Xavier O'Halloran can do. He concedes the free and out Sydney will come. Donny, look, I mean, in my experience, you can always be speculative on if people are telling the truth, but I always err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt. I think if you start living in the mindset of everyone's lying, you can be in a very bad place. You deserve every cent. What you said earlier was very well spoken. I'm not digging the club, but my heart's broken following you. Thank you very much, Teresa. I'm totally with you. I mean, Doddy, the only things that we know for fact is the club have allowed an experience to be incredibly negative for all involved. And two, that Elijah obviously needs help. And hopefully he has that support network around him. He hasn't. He's been wrestling all game, Yaval. But no doubt he will do. Jake Stringer inside. It's a bobbly ball. Riccardi. And that was very well disguised by Matt Roberts and Riley Bice to see that through. Hey, Blue Bagger, I agree. Mike, no, I'm definitely retiring from making tattoo bets. I think... Hey, Petra, how are you? I think God himself might have tried to teach me a lesson. So I'm going to heed that lesson from the big dog. Charlie Kerno brings it to ground. Justin McInerney, no-look handball, finds Chad Warner. Great, elite running from Sydney. It's a cheeky kick. Joe Lamati gets the lead, can't get it clean. GWS under loads of hurt at the minute. And we'll have a stoppage. You going for GWS, are you, Jaylish? Atom, mate. How are you doing after your dogger, mate? Aussie Sean, you know what? Next time I'll bet like dinner or something. I'm going all right, Petra. Thank you for asking. Doddy, yeah, mate, definitely. I agree, Ampo and Doddy. Definitely, you've got to take some accountability. If that was hard watch. Says, maybe that's an option. And a 50 for Riccardi. I think someone got in the protected area. Atush, I love you too, mate. Thank you very much, man. Heinrich, do I shave my willy? Personal question. No. You've got to groom it, though. Thank you for the question. Riccardi, inside, kicks the goal. That is 8 points, 18. Pom, why did you do it that way? There we are. I saw your email just before I go live. I will flick you my number later on, Atom, as well. Make sure I do. I'm looking forward to watching the VFL. Just so you know, so you don't think I've lost it, the question came through on Twitch. Here, look, just so you know what I'm dealing with. There you are. So you know that I'm not, like, losing my mind. Heinrich, look, I hope that was a bet, and I hope I've won your money, mate. Danny, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Atom, I've got your back, man. Oh, brioche gourmet. You know what? I get the brioche rolls for the kids' burgers. Thank you very much, Tiger Time. I love you, man. Inside 50 we go. Bit of work to do from Laverdi. Does it incredibly well. And Lockie Whitfield. Oh, that brilliantly played out. Here we go. Handball out in front. A lot of work to do. That is a great rundown tackle by Jakey Lloyd. Joe Fonte says, look, I mean, look, we get all sorts of questions on this channel. I am a big swaddling man, if you remember. Dinky kick by Rowbottom and saved on the line by Harvey Thomas. Teresa, I don't want to go into too much detail, but around the base, yes. Chalamati, tell you what, if you tuned into the stream from the start and we're having deep philosophical conversations and you come now, you'd be like, what the fuck's going on here? It's a whirlwind. It's a whirlwind, isn't it? What's he on? Bombers Rockets. He's one of them players that always worries me. Hey, Atom, I've got... Mate, I'll flick you my deets anyway. Hey, Teresa, I'm looking forward to seeing the Swaddles. Really, Luke? No way. Oh, sorry, Christine. I'm sorry my appendage has that effect. But all I'm saying, I was asked the question. Like, you asked the question, like, I'm legally obligated to answer. Look, I don't care, really. I'll be honest. I don't mind Sydney winning. I do like incredible teams. Hey, Atom, mate. Send him my love. Just a scruncher, mate. I'm not a very organised, tidy person, mate. I'm Paul, mate. I love a little bit of steam, man. Can I just say, I know the game's ended now. I was talking to Mrs. Pom over dinner. Can I just say that first 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, that is, Nick Dacos was absolutely fucking unbelievable. I need to get that out there in the public domain. Genuinely, absolutely unbelievable. And I kind of wish I wasn't a Carlton fan, because that was genuinely brilliant to watch. Coast to coast, stringer with a mark. GWS, move the ball well. Bloodspot's a great movie, Blue Bagger. You know what? I might go to bed early tonight after this, and I might watch Back to the Future. Ethnic, I reckon Essendon are going to get a win before Carlton. Genuinely, Nick Dacos' fourth quarter, some of the best things. You know that goal, the first goal he kicked out of the stoppage, where he socketed it off the ground behind for GWS, and it went, and then he got the handball, gave it, and then kicked it on the goal line. One of the best things I've ever seen. Genuinely one of the best things I've ever seen. I've only ever seen clips, Mike. It looks really good, though. I agree, Christine. Great movie, isn't it? Back to the Future, Blue Bagger. It's my go-to movie if I ever feel down, because it just is a happy film. Out the back they go, Lockie Osh looking for options. It's a lovely kick inside. Harry Ralston. I'll tell you what, well done, GWS. Showing a little bit of character. And our boy, Ollie Hannaford. Second-hand line. Street Fighter, the original. Atouche finding pleasure in another team's miss forward. Is that where we are? Here we are. Ollie Hannaford was very good last week. Usually a good set shot for goal. Blazes it wide, as I said that. 10-18. You know what? Mrs. Pom will probably cry when I tell her what's happened in this stream. She's just come back from the shop, so we'll see what goodies she got, Christine. Happy man, is it an ACL? Quick free kick taken. Nice. Tom Papley. Dinky kick. And Marty Rosa's off the deck. Oh, still in play. Lloyd gets it back, centered kick. It's a 3-on-1. How have GWS got that many people behind? What's it like, Jeff? Now, Mrs. Pom currently is feeding the kids by the sounds of its snacks. Do I have to shout so you read it? Which comment did you send? Sorry, Teresa. Teresa, you got to remember that I am male. What needs to be said about Dacos doesn't do... He was possessed by Max Keane. He was very good last quarter. So, another 50 here, and Ralston's going to be able to get it in, and that is bad defending by Sydney. Well done, GWS. Showing a little bit of courage. Courage. I'm not too sure, Teresa. Everyone's saying he's gone off with his knee, but it's suspected. I hope he hasn't. Greenman, it was a very good goal, mate. Annoyingly. That is a great kick. Phoenix Gothard, bro. Juddy, mate, I mean, tell you what, with friends like that, you don't need enemies, do you? I mean, that's probably the best thing, isn't it, Juddy? Hey, Atom, mate, you've got to find some joy as well, mate. And animals are part of family. Ampol, there's nothing worse. Favourite footy snack? Well, I genuinely don't eat when I watch, but if I was going to eat, I reckon, you know what? Controversial shout. Light and tangy chips. I'm very good, Chris. How are you? Don't mind the shapes, chat. Don't mind the shape. Ooh, shines. Hey, love your sideline. Tap down by Brody Grundy. Heaney. Can I just say, would you say on form if you had to do the Brownlow now, but not do the 3-2-1 vote, so actually not the Brownlow? Would you agree with me that Heaney would probably be the best player in the competition as of today? Scones are a great shout. Quick handball out the back, stolen from Connor Iden. This is good by Lachlan Ash. Lachlan Ash looking like Dixon in Port Adelaide's fame. That is a great kick. Clayton Oliver goes back inside. Lachlan Ash takes them all on. Can't beat Papley. Handball forward. Clayton Oliver. This is good from the Giants. Quick hands from Finn Callahan. The Lizard picks his pocket. Jake Lloyd. Give and go. Brody Grundy. Great inbound. Here they come now. Justin McInerney. It's a dark kick. Oh, J-Mac. What a goal. GWS are coming back hard. That's gutting that. Sending our love to Darcy because I love watching him play. Yeah, Judy, I'm on a diet too. You know what I had for tea today? I had a nice jacket potato with some mince meat. Thank you, Rational Roman. Cheers, Shane. Hey, you're kicking ass. You're leading the Members League, I see. McInerney's been elite this year, Gav. But I do think I would say Isaac Heaney and I think Nick Dacos has had a quiet good year. Toby Green, straight through the middle. That's a good kick. Oh, put down by Riccardi. Great second effort from Toby Green and saved on the line. Great work from McCartin. Loose kick, though. Bedford goes back inside. It's a dinky little kick. Callahan's going to have to be good. Toby Green on the deck. And Cal Mills clears his lines. Good mark by Joe Fonte. Mate, you can't beat a bourbon. Oh, sorry. Bourbon and cola. I thought you meant like the Bourbon biscuits. Oh, what a kick. Lekalita playing forward. Good mark. Oh my God. Christine with $100. For the extras you want to add on that tap. Thank you very much. When Mrs. Pom comes down, you're all going to be in her Bird Good books. You're going to be having a words with a lot of chat then, aren't you? Because you've had like a lot of donations, big donations. Mrs. Pom's going to come and have words. Thank you very much, Christine. Luckily, Mrs. Watch. You know what? For banter, I might just put no regrets spelt wrong. Thank you very much, chat. I really needed this. You know what? I was actually thinking of not doing the stream tonight. I was in a bad way. But you guys have made me feel better, you guys and girls. So I really appreciate you. I love you all. Why is my phone hotspotting mentally? I'm getting a lot of texts. My IRL mates have heard the first 5 minutes of the stream and they're making sure if I'm all right. I'm all right, boys. Hey! Loose kick by Harry Ralston. I love you all, chat. Thank you very much. Teresa, Gav, all of you, Helena. Teresa, Christine, you're all amazing human beings. You gave up on footy. Hey, look, you can't give up on footy, man. You just got to give up on certain footy. Great work by Joe Fonte. He manages to keep that in. Puts in a big Gary Owen. What a... Justin McInerney. He's managed to mark and square up to Jake Stringer. Hello, Mitchie. How are you, mate? Thank you very much, Ampol. Much love. I love you, Jack Part. Thank you. Kick inside. Oh! Brody Grundy really quick. Oh, come on, boys. Right, it's holding the ball. Hey, I love you, Only Carlton. Look, secret as the first quarter siren goes is, you know what? I've actually found the secret of football. And you know what that secret is? Just watch games that aren't your team. Hello, Sandra. Genuinely, just watch teams that aren't your team, and it is genuinely good. Like, I actually reckon that's what we're doing wrong with football. We watch the teams that we care about. If we just watch impartial games, best spot in the world. Blue bagger! Remember, mate, as my first girlfriend said to me, it's not the size of the donation, it's how you use it. I feel bad for not donating with the mega donos. You deserve it, Pom. Mate, I love you, Blue Bagger. You are very valued, mate. Love your contribution to the channel. Contribution is everything. So thank you very much, mate. The chats we've had over the year, been brilliant. You know what, Ethnic, I'm with you. You know what is annoying? Geelong just always been good. And you know what's more annoying? Is I could have been a Geelong fan. Only cowgirls get the blues. I love that, Brian. How are you, mate? You know what? The thing that always makes me laugh is I could have been a Geelong fan. And I chose Carlton. Like, imagine that. Imagine how happy my football experience would have been for the last 15 years. Ah, God. You know what? Life comes at you fast, doesn't it? Life comes at you fast. Blue Bagger, I appreciate you, mate. I really do. I love you, brother. I just think from a from a football win perspective, being a cat would have been genius. Savoys are good. Do you like them plain? Or do you put something on it? I don't mind a plain one. Hey, I love you, Blue Bagger. Brian, mate, look. Tell you what, just being here means the world to me, man. I love you all. At least I'm not a Saints fan. What? How many finals have... Someone just checked that for me. Finals appearances 2013. Carlton or Sydney. Carlton or Saints. We would have got deeper than the Saints since 2013. Pretty sure they played 2 final series. We played 2. That's fair enough. I did turn your stream into it. Do I regret the decision? Jack Park? No, not really. Not really. I wouldn't change. I wouldn't change. Can't beat this. You see, I'm with you. Look, the saltiness is good. No, I mean since 2013. Mitch. You know what? Peanut butter on a Savoy. That sounds good. Because peanut butter is one of my favourite spreads because it's salty and sweet at the same time. You know what? That could be a video, that. 2013 to now, from me watching football, which team, statistically, is the best to support and which team was the worst? And we could, like, rank my decision. Because, you know, in England, like, whenever you get any person who emigrates there, you're always quick to get them a football team. And I was, like, one of the few honest people that would tell you to support a team that you love as opposed to hate or want success. Like, the club finds you. But I always often think you should just, like, there's a part of you that wants them to win. Do you know what I mean? Like, you always want them to win. So, you know what? A good question, that. So, if I was picking for Carlton, let me go through my notes. This is a good question. Good question, mate. Go through my notes. So, Van Hatton would probably be high up on my list because I think Carlton need a ruck forward. But I am a big Williams fan. The halfback. I think Carlton need pace and ball use. Love Williams. He's my draft this year's Jacob Farrow. You know what, actually, Bomber Banter? We were talking about you. A friend of mine is an Essendon fan and gave you a shout out to me. He did. He gave you a shout out. He was he's a big fan of your work. What the fuck is a Savoy? Sounds like a slur. What would be a slur for Savoy? Are you just thinking like of white people slurs, Satish? Oh, we do actually. That's true, Tiger Time. We do. We need to arrange that. Oh my God, Says with a 10 gifted. Says. Royalty in this chat, Says. One of the OGs. Thank you very much. Make sure we get around Says. Wait a minute. Atouche, are they wet biscuits? Atouche, can you help me out here? What the fuck is a wet biscuit? Am I missing something? A wet biscuit? Describe. What is a wet biscuit? Like, give me an example. Like, a biscuit after you've played soggy biscuit might be wet, but fuck's a wet biscuit? Someone explain to me a wet biscuit. I am so confused. You know what? His logic checks out. Second quarter begins. Handball without looking. Brody Grundy goes inside to the Lizard. Lizard, 1 bounce, 2 bounces. He's definitely ran his full distance. Has a shy. Good behind. You know what's really annoying about Atouche? Is his reasoning there is absolutely solid. You said it's a dry biscuit, so I assume there's a wet biscuit. That is elite. That is elite from Atouche. Because that has shut me up. I've got nowhere to go with that. Great call. Bomber Banter, we need to do this for Tiger Time as well. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Hey, Jay Leishman, we love you, brother. Doesn't matter, just being here is good, man. Only count, mate. That was elite. Nick Blakey, deep inside 50, misses everyone, out of bounds on the full. Dean, I did it at the start, but genuinely, I think the club have handled it incredibly horrifically. Mike, you started that. That was brilliant, though. Like, his reasoning has blagged my head. That's elite. Atom, I rate that. We love family videos. Iden goes quickly inside. Clayton Oliver handballs out the front. No look handball. If that had paid off, I would hate life. James Jordan with the most deliberate George Gregan you've ever seen. They'll have another chance. Matt Roberts taps it down. James Jordan there again. 1-2. A legit handball this time. Chad Warner out in space. Wrong foot's Whitfield. Goes inside. Cunningham with the kick. Charlie Curnow off a step. Charlie Curnow has his first goal of the night. Yeah, if you go back and watch the first 5 minutes, I got it off my chest, Dean. So I'll have an emotional breakdown. Greenman, look, we're out here playing checkers, and the bros invented 5D chess. Like, genuinely, like his reasoning of arguing there is elite. Good goal there. You know what? Just commentating that, actually, Dean, it was hard not to break into the song because I'm still... The default status is Charlie doing something and then singing the song. So that will be the first goal for about 6 years I've done on stream and not sung. Tough, but we are together. That's the main thing, mate. It is a quality snap. Lucky Leah, surely umpire, he's fended off. He's got to be holding the ball. Oh, Rich Zoo and Herbertron is the best, man. Goat. The goat. To be fair, Atush, you've actually cabbaged my mind. Like, if Ollie Hollands could clamp a player down like you've just clamped me down, fuck, he'd be the best player in the league. Great handball, Toby Bedford. Dishes off a dime. Riccardi, calm as you like. GWS won't die. 3 goals, 5-24. 5 goals, 1-31. Hey, Bluebagger, that's the main thing. What do you reckon Jeremy Cameron finishes on? Yes and no. Not sat with them, but Headingley in the Ashes, I did from another stand. Nah, Bluebaggy, mate. Mate, you see, that's another thing I think men need to get out of. You know, back to my footy abroad rant. As men, I think we need to be more open to say we love something. Kicked in. Xavier O'Hallahan. Misses everyone. Yeah, Herberton's a different gravy, man. Rational Robin, I wouldn't be surprised to see the top 4 not be Victorian. I actually think we'll have an all non-Victorian grand final. Hey, Ethnic, you secretly do. I can't really sing a Charlie Curnow song now he's not at Charlie Curnow. Now he's not at Carlton. I mean, I'll be honest. The thing that I miss the most is that song. I miss the song more than I miss Charlie. But I just feel like we can't recycle it. Hey, baby, how you doing? I'm very well. We've had massive donations. We were talking about mental health, and Gav and Blue Bagger and Teresa donated like $200 all in all.
Chat, stop spending money.
Christine, your best friend.
Christine, we're going to have words. I.
Atush has sold his mum's house without her knowing and remortgaged it and put it in. Sarah's donated massive memberships. Everyone's...
Oh, look, cat.
What's that?
Look, cat.
I agree, Saz. What are you doing?
These are the earrings I wore to my wedding, chat. Look who I did pretty.
What are you doing? Why are you here?
Because you called me over. Why have you got shit all over your head?
I don't know. Billy donated as well. Like, you can check the history and then you can tell them all off. And there we are. 15 minutes to play and we have a free kick inside the 50. So we'll take Mrs. Pom out for a kebab now. What?
Oh!
I hate it when you're home. Love you. They are nice earrings, aren't they? Saz likes the earrings, Mrs. Pom. When Mrs. Pom comes back in, I will ask her that question. You got a Charlie bobblehead. My dog got a Charlie bobblehead for Christmas. Riccardi has a ping at the sticks behind. 3 goals, 6, 24. I love the fact that Mrs. Pom just spent 10 minutes while chucking shit at anyone. Pep, how are you, mate? Are you ready for the title charge? Jake Lloyd and kicked out on the full. Aussie Sean, $20. 20 for your troubles. If I'm honest, this is for you and all you've done for us, all the shit you've been through in and out of footy life. Sean, I love you, brother. I really do. What a man. Kerner or Mackay? I'll be totally honest, Charlie Kerner. I've never been team Harry Mackay, even when Harry and Charlie were there. I'll be totally honest, I'm not a big Harry fan. I've always been team Charlie. Pep, that was actually one of my highlights of last night. Says, he does, yes, we'll come up with a Taylor Burns song. Pep, that was the highlight of one of mine. As I was descending into chaos emotionally last night, you allowed me to go to sleep. Sam Taylor, Big Mark. Oh! Riley Bice straight up the spinal column of Nick Madden. Quick handball. Tom Papley looking for options. Goes inside. Justin McInerney. This could be a great team goal. Oh, the Swans are a swanning. That's a good verbiage. 6 goals, 1, 37. Plays 3 goals, 6. Me too, Blue Bagger. Glad I'm wearing Y fronts today, mate. Yeah, Pep Guardiola. Yeah, do you remember that, Pep? He popped at me. And I wasn't even involved. I was just here asking if you'd play, if we can play the English players Foden into form. Like, jeepers, them Arsenal fans. Has kicked 7 at half time. Tell you what, pretty impressive from old Cameron. Mate, you can't beat a bit of Minecraft, Blue Bagger. Wow, good for Jeremy Cameron, eh? Kicking goals. Good for Jeremy Cameron. Fair play, Jeremy Cameron. That's probably my fault because I said I think he's been really down this year. 38-24. Sydney have transitioned the football like filth. Here we are. Road bottom gets it off to James Jordan. It's a hanging ball. And Connor Idun under a bit of stress. Good game, this, chat. $19.65 and 58 for that. Jesus, that makes you sick. I reckon if I live to 90, let's just say I live to a 95, I reckon I will have seen more spoons than flags. Hey, I agree, Atom, mate. You reckon Heaney getting nay today? What the hell is nay? Jay, remember I'm 40 years old. What is nay? Dean, I don't know. We maybe because they've got a good culture, so we think that they're going to make us better. Here we are. Brody Grundy just holding the inside of his... Oh, you reckon Heaney getting any say? Yeah, I think he'll kick a goal. Selling water bottles. Love it. That's pretty impressive, Atom, because that's quite a competitive game. Cunningham, little cheeky kick. Yeah, you see, that's why I had to specify. I thought it was a typo. So I just assumed that it might be like a reference to something else. I didn't want to answer it in case I get cancelled. Cunningham kicks one in. Knees from Jake Lloyd. And Marty, surely he's dacked him. Oh, Brian with a 5 gifted. Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you very much. Make sure we get around Bri. What a legend he is. Big fan of the... He's a big part of our channel. Yeah, Dean, you know what, though? I think that's kind of a shit club's mentality. That sometimes you go to good clubs thinking it will improve your culture, and it doesn't always work, does it? That is the worst kick I have ever seen from Tom McCartin. Tom McCartin has just tried to do a 50-metre kick to Brodie Grundy, scuttled it across the ground, and nearly gone out of bounds. Hunter, it's disgusting. I'm so appreciative of the love. I thank you so much. Honestly, I really needed that chat after today, and I really appreciate it. You brought me back, chat. We've had a few knives in the back of coaches, Ethnic. I reckon we've probably seen more knives than, you know, the Roman Parliament has. Xavier O'Halloran. What was the technical name? Senate, wasn't it? I was going to say, Senate is, I always associate with Star Wars, though, but it definitely is. Definitely is. It definitely is Roman. So 38-24. Very good game. 11:56. Sydney just can't put GWS away. Clayton Oliver off a step towards goal. Out of bounds it goes for a behind. Which is a contradiction of terms. Hey, Tiger Time, we love you. Dean, I don't know. Years ago, I did a video with Paolo. Dean? And we talked about that the makeup of a team is usually 90% but you've drafted yourself and developed with 10% top-up talent, and Carlton were like 60 at the time. So I totally agree, because I think it fucks your culture. Here we are, Cal Mills under pressure. Matt Roberts, wrong foot O'Halloran. Puts his mate in trouble. Great running on, though. And out they come again, Sydney. Sydney have really used this handball beautiful well. And beautiful well, beautifully well. There's an adjective in there. Sam Wicks finds Chad Warner. That is a lovely run and stun. Charlie Curnow delays. Chad Warner. Cheeky kick. That is sublime. G'day, Christina. How are you, my darling? Oh, my good Lord. Sydney, when they turn it on. Ooh. It's nice, isn't it, actually? It's nice. I like that as well, Blueburger. Glad you like it. Says, I'm quite surprised at this because I know what Savoys are, and Atouche, like, has more Australian than me. Do you know what I mean? Good goal, that. Sydney, 7 goals, 1. It is indeed. Rashtal Roman. Hunter, I reckon Atouche has only been to the supermarket to go and grab a drink, you know, from the aisles. Grooman, that's heartbreaking for Darcy. Cheers, Sean. I appreciate you, mate. Alex with a 5 gifted. Make sure we get around to Alex as well. Alex has just started a YouTube channel that's all about motivation, fitness, his life. He's a Victorian state boxing champion. So make sure you get around our main man, Alex. Good friend of mine, good friend of the channel, and a great friend of our family as well. Here we are, quick handball, and tell you what, Toby Bedford's a little thug. Great handball inside. Here they come, GWS. Every time the Sydney Swans make a move, GWS seem to come back. Blakey, extravagant. McInerney, beautiful work. Great 1-2. And that was, tell you what, Heaney managed to do well to get that away. Sorry, Sal. Have you got it? Have you? Make sure you check your settings, Tiger Time. You've got to approve you will accept a membership. Because I'm shocked it hasn't, because it does it in order of recently commented. Leslie with a 10 gifted. Oh, my word, chat. Make sure you get around Leslie as well. Chat, honestly, you are genuinely, you guys. I love you all. Chad Warner does all the hard work. Shocking kick. And Marty puts in the tackle. Desperate work. And Marty, can he get the handball away? Dinks a kick to what? If this is a goal, oh, it's stood up. Billy, did you see that throw on the goal line? McCartin goes back inside. The kick is a shocker. And GWS managed to clear their lines and look for the spread. Yeah, Atom, it's crazy, isn't it? If you go onto your YouTube main page, click the 3 dots and go to settings. There's allow free accept donations. Billy, I reckon we've ruined football by noticing, genuinely by noticing throws. I reckon we've actually 12% degraded how much we like it. Chad Warner tries to go through everyone. He was tripped in that. Umpire says no. Here they come again. This is good by McInerney. Puts the handball in the mixer. Can't be picked up. And a good stoppage. Yeah, Atom Spawn. It is the best chat. Thank you very much, Brian. I appreciate it. Billy, we've actually ruined the game for ourselves. Because once we started talking about it round 0, I can't stop seeing it. That could be the worst. Oh, no, it just bounced. Atouche, how have you not seen them? Because they're always at the front as well, bro. Yeah, Sean, I've ruined it, bro. Like, Jenny, I wish I have never noticed it. We just call them Savoys. You know what annoys me as well is my mate buys, the shop bought. Oh, big kick. Good mark, Matt Roberts. My mate buys, the home brand ones and he calls them Savoys. That's just cheating. Bluebag, that's a good way to be. Right, while we've got a break in play, I'll have a look. Give me a sec. I can't quite remember how you do it. There you are, mate. I've put it in the chat for you. Behind from Matt Roberts. Ritz Crackers from Rich Zewin on Twitch. Spot on. Yeah, Ethnic, he does it, but he calls them Savoys. And you can taste the difference because they always taste stale and they're not as salty. Dinky little chip kick out wide. Well done by GWS. GWS is showing a bit of heart here. Tipex, Dean. When I was a kid as well, I used to sniff Tipex. You get like a really good headache. Big Mark. Joe Hamlin looking for the switch here. Favourite snack growing up? You know what it was actually on crackers? I used to love cream crackers with Dairy cheese. They were like my go-to snack at school. I always used to have 3 just after I finished school. Turned me on. Sam Darcy done his gutting Fred, isn't it, mate? Yeah, it was Jacob's cream crackers was my go-to snack. Always reminds me of being a kid. 3 of them with 1 bit of cheese. Kicks in, and Marty misses. Curly Whirlies are a shout as well from Blue Bagger. Used to love a Curly Whirly. Does give you a good headache. Dean, skivvy. If I'm bullying a mate, though, I'd call it a turtleneck. Curly Whirlies are good. See that throw, chat? How does the umpire miss that? He literally went like that. You know what's really nice with a Curly Whirly as well? If you dip that in a hot cup of tea. Or a hot chocolate. because it just makes it a little bit soft. Neil gets it. Savoys are like honestly the best thing in the world. I can't believe you haven't eaten Savoys. Inside 50, cut off by Xavier O'Hallahan. Who's playing well, Doddy? English or Earl Grey? English breakfast. I don't like Earl Grey because you can't have milk in it, and that's not tea. Oh, Tim Tams are good. Jelly deals. Look, I don't hate jelly deals, but they're not my go-to, but I'd eat them. I'd eat them, Fred. But they're not my go-to. If you're ranking dry biscuits, let's do a tier list. Jacob's cream crackers at 1. Savoy's 2. 3. Cheds. Ethnic gets it. Anything with cheese is good. That's good to see, Donny. I've got to watch that later. Billy, yeah, look, I mean, to be fair, they're not a northern thing. No, Jacob's Cream, Crean, crackers. They're really nice. They're a little bit more puffy in the middle than a Savoy. Savoys are really hard. They're a little bit more puffy. Salata's more hard. So they're really nice. I still need someone to define what a wet biscuit is. And then I will, but I understand his theory. Genuinely rang, mate, it is. It's like the chicken. McChicken dressed as a cheeseburger will change your life. That will change your life. It just makes it soft. Atush, did you see me try and do it with Aiden last night? Favourite sweet biscuit? You know what? Controversial, maybe. Sweet biscuit, a Volvo. Absolute. They're absolutely champion. Tim Tams would be up there. A Volvo would be up there, though, man. Ched's are special. Brian. When Mrs. Pom first got me a Volvo, Gavin, I thought my luck was in because I thought she meant vulva. I was genuinely gutted when she brought out a box of fucking biscuits, but they were quite nice. Bombers, we're still trying to work out what a touche meant. Yeah, it's special, Christine. Yeah, Gav, Google it. I'm not going to describe it here. We'll get cancelled. Whitfield goes quickly down the left. It's genuinely excited, Gav, when she was like, oh, do you want some snacks while we watch the movie? And I was like, yeah, go on then, babe. And she was like, do you fancy some of my vulvas? And I was like, yeah, go on then. And then when she brought out biscuits, I was genuinely disappointed. I was thinking of a different pink biscuity treat. Genuinely fucking gutted, mate. But I mean, there we are. But the biscuit was nice. But spot on, mate. We like to draw the line here. We like to live on the line. Atush, where are you, man? Atush, so Jats are like, you know, like when people used to say, the best way I could tell you about Jats, the difference between Jats and Savoys. Remember when Carlton drafted Josh Honey and missed out on Tom Papley? Jats are Josh Honey when Carlton fans used to say it's the same as Papley, and Ritz and Savoys are Papley. You know what, Atush? You're an idiot because I genuinely thought you didn't know what they were. Kick inside 50. Brody Grundy works hard. Stringer turns them all upside down. Runs out of ground. Favourite cereal growing up? All day long, Cocoa Pops. Absolutely rated a Cocoa Pop, bro. Yeah, I'm with Blue Bagger. Me, Dean and Blue Bagger could have grown up together. I loved it. You know what? I never trusted it as well. My older brother liked Rice Krispies, so it was always a fight in our house because you could only have one. Right? You were only legally allowed one. So sometimes we had to fight about it. And I can't believe, you know what he used to do? My brother used to get, like, Rice Krispies, he used to put them down and then cover them in sugar. So it was basically like an absolute shit version of Cocoa Pops. What an idiot. Absolutely do my head in that he did that. Complete melt. If he won. Used to hate it. I was like, you might as well have Cocoa Pops, bro. Same things. Handballs over the top. GWS. Got a bit of work to do now. Because you know, controversial, the milk after Rice Krispies tastes like pish. Horrible. But yeah, Cocoa Pops. Hey, Jay-Z, how are you, mate? Good to see you. I was a huge Cocoa Pops kid. Oh, do you remember the variety packs? Love variety packs. What was your order? Spot on, ethnic. But what was your order on varieties? So I always used to go Cocoa Pops first. And then I was a huge fan of Frosties, which are basically cornflakes with sugar on it. Hey, how you doing, Teresa? You haven't missed much. We've been talking about biscuits. Atush doesn't know what Savoys are. And then he's ruined dry biscuits because he's talked about wet biscuits. Oh, my mate, Big Danny, how you doing? Cocoa Puffs, Rice Bubbles, You know what? We don't have Nutri-Grain in the UK, but I do like Nutri-Grain. Yeah, Special K, gross. How are you? I love cheese. I hate cheese. How you doing? Did you have in Australia honey nut loops? Hunter, good call. Did you have honey nut loops in Australia? Teresa, my youngest son loves that. That's his favourite snack. He'll have like a handful when he'll sit and watch his shows. You see, I agree with you there, Danny. Sugar's got to be on top of Special Cake. It's fucking drier than a badger's ass, man. Oh, honey nut loops were the best, bro. So the best way to describe it was like an artificial taste of honey on like Nutri-Grain. So it was like Nutri-Grain, but they were just circles, and that's how it tasted. They were absolute bonsai. I think they had to change the recipe though because it was like too much sugar. They weren't healthy, sold as healthy. Absolutely used to smash them as a kid. Absolutely. They were the only things that me and my brother agreed on as food. Everything else we didn't. Hunter, but he's got them long hyphens, so you know he's lying. Said hyphens, not hymens. Right, chat, I really do love you. I need to go for a cigarette and get myself a drink because my throat is going. We will be reconvene at 9:10, my beautiful chat. We'll reconvene at 9:10. Chat, I want to let you know, I really, really love you. I will be in and out of chat as well, as I always do. But we'll be back at 9:10. So yeah, honey nut loops were basically Fruit Loops, but imagine artificial sweet honey. So good, man. I'd do anything to have them back in my life. I love a Nutella sandwich. You know what's really good? Nutella and a peanut butter sandwich. So do half and half. Oh. All right, chat. We'll be back at 9:10. Love you all. Yeah, they basically, I think they are honey wheats in every other country. Banh mi rolls are literally the king of rolls. Have you ever had banh mi rolls? How good are banh mi rolls? Like, what do they do with banh mi rolls that make them so good? Savoys with Biscoff. That sounds amazing. What? What? Banh mi rolls, how are they made? Let's Google that, chat. This is good conversation while we're at halftime. So banh mi's, what is it done? Because why does it taste so good? And why does, if you cut a cucumber that way, taste better? Ah, Rich Ewan, I didn't know that. Banh mi means bread baked. I knew it had French because obviously the Vietnamese were owned by the French for a long time. Ah, the more you know, Petra. Don't mind a blueberry. Oh, mate, I love banh mi rolls, says. I am all over a banh mi roll. Oh, that looks horrible from Darcy. We're just showing it on the TV now. A banh mi roll's made from witchcraft. Anthony, they're so good, aren't they? Like, just the, you know what? Carrot as well on a sandwich slaps. Just quietly. Shredded carrot slaps. Oh, Wizard of Oz, you can't beat a bit of liver patty. Oh, Groom and Mate, there's something just so good about it. Where we go, where do we go? Where's the place we go? There's a really nice Vietnamese. The restaurant's nice as well. When Mrs. Pom comes back down, I'll ask. We always go to a place that's absolutely, it slaps, man. It's so good. It's just them subs. You know, them subs. Can't beat a croissant as well. What's your go-to on a croissant? You know what? I bake my own bread, Petra, in the oven, just the oven. There's something about homemade. Wendy's? What, the American Wendy's? Or is this like an old flame? Shredded slaps, mate. It does slap. I'd wear that. I'd wear the out of it. Rich Ewan, just so you're involved, we're on YouTube. We're talking about favourite snacks, so get involved. And Rich Ewan, I'll put your comment up, and I always reply to the comments. Nah, bad piece. Ham and cheese on a croissant, Billy. I agree, mate. Toby Green taking the team talk here. Do you find? Did anyone right? Has anyone experienced this? You know, when I was a kid, so when I was like 9, 10, I hated thick shakes. I really didn't like them. So I really like you know, just the sloppy milkshakes, like the non-thick ones. As I've got older, I like this is I can't find another way to word it, but I think the drink is better if you've got a suck for it. I've walked into that there. Wendy's vulva. Wouldn't mind shopping there. Can't beat a meat pie. I'm with you, wizard. Can't beat a meat pie. Ah, dear. You see, Billy, I'm with you. I just didn't have the staying game. I feel like we've just completely sidetracked there. I mean, that could be genuinely clipped out of proportion. It genuinely clipped out of proportion. Mate, you can't beat a wicket bin. I'd like to see that. If I was in charge of the International Cricket Commission, I would change the rules that it's just bins. Can't beat a vanilla thick shake. Billy Spahn. Yeah, you can't beat it. What's that famous ice cream place you have in Australia that's like franchised? There's one in Baroni and Mrs. Pom used to take me to. They do really good thick shakes. Mrs. Pom's a big fan of lime thick shakes. I don't trust citrus in a milk variety. Ask what you're going to do for dinner, my friend. Cold Rock, that's it, says. Their thick shakes are good. Their thick shakes are good. Because they have that like thing, don't they, where they chop them all as well. Or was it Dairy Bell? It might have been Dairy Bell, actually. I can't remember. They all wore pretty little uniforms. I remember that. Yeah, Billy, Mrs. Pommy's all about a lime shake. Can't do it. Oh, a bit of vegan burger. Yeah, you see, ethnic, I just don't trust dairy and citrus together. I feel like they never the twain shall meet. Yeah, blue bag is something that I really did. I've always enjoyed cooking. Yeah, tag time. I can't eat at Boost Juice. My ex used to work at Boost Juice when I first came. Well, she wasn't really an ex. She was just someone that I used to know. But she worked in Boost Juice, and she used to tell me that like there was always mold growing in the things, so I've just never drank there anymore. And I've seen her wash up. Hey, Jamie, how are you? I love my time in Baronia. Break a lime. I'll ask her when she walks in. She's doing the kids' bedtime at the minute. See, I don't mind a Boost Juice, but it's just always put me off. But I mean, gotta have a dream. Gotta have a dream, haven't you? Yeah, mate, that was it, Gav. We used to share, we used to dunk each other's biscuits. You know what? Funny story, actually. That XX, right? No word of a lie. When me and Mrs. Pom first got a place together, the estate agent was that girl, right? And we'd seen her like 2 times, and like it was kind of awkward, but we remained on good terms. And Mrs. Pom just one day goes, "What is with you and that chick?" And like I had to tell her, and that was just like so funny. So we got another real estate agent after that. Hunter, it was good, wasn't it? Spawn ethnic. Never been to Bean Squeeze, says. Bombers, they're going through such a hard time, aren't they? The injuries that the doggies are having. So we got a lightning policy, I believe. We have a delay, so that gives us time to talk about incredible drinks and food. I thought I played it off, but, you know, she's pretty good at deducing it. The mold is the premium. Look, I suppose, look, you pay more for cheese. I think, mate, yeah, I mean, it's not great, is it? Should have seen my face when I got out of the car and I saw it was. You know when you speak to someone as well and you recognise the voice, but you're not 100% sure? Apple juice. Don't mind a bit of apple juice. Bean squeeze. I might have to go and check out a bean squeeze. What was the drink, Atom? Lime what? Lime, break a lime. Lime breaker. Break a lime. What? Can someone explain to me, like I'm 5, why do they stop playing football when it's lightning? Because let's Google that. What is the statistical probability of being hit by lightning playing AFL? One in 12,000. Is that true, Rich Ewing? The lightning energy will go through the ground and create AoE damage. Is that true? You know what? I've fallen for the thing there that if you do lie, you just got to make something sound. Yeah, golf, I understand though. You're holding metallic equipment. They found out lightning and thunder are related. Says, I mean, look, 1 in 12,000 though, I'd take my chances. Soccer games for lightning? I can't remember one. I could be lying. Ah, you are right. It happened in Portugal. See, Premier League. Could be. You good call. I agree, Atom. It's not. Rich Zoo, the more you know. Ah, there you are, mate. I appreciate that. I've learned something new. Atom, 100%. Jamie, I've never seen that. Marmite. I'd never like Marmite. I like Vegemite. Groomman, 1 in 12,000 when you think about if everyone played on the same day, that's quite a high likelihood. Innit? Corn thins are very good. Do you like Vegemite? You know what, though? I've got... My toxic trait is I have too much. Hunter, that was according to Google. Google could be... is not a reliable medium. It's not a reliable medium. But, I mean... Have you tried them corn thins that are salt and vinegar? They slap. Yeah, I'm not a big Marmite fan. But I do like Vegemite. I like Vegemite on toast with hot butter. Mate, has anyone made the full switch from butter to Marge? Fair enough, Bombers Rocket fan. Hey, we've learned a lot about lightning today. Well, I have. And I appreciate that. I will take that with me. How many exercise bites do they have? Like, per room? I love Twiglets. Do like honey and peanut butter. Good call. Yeah, I do like them, Jamie B. Good man. Brian, mate, he would genuinely be a huge lightning strike risk. You know what? I nearly got hit by lightning on a golf course once, right? So I carried on doing my putting practice, and it hit a tree. Really, Wizard of Oz. Who's winning that game? Yeah, that's where I got... You know what? In Melton as well, just towards the end of their sell-by date, they go out at like 50 cents a packet, and I load up because I know the secret. They never go off. A Twixler. I love it. Mate, I love doing the Twixler. I do love Twixes as well. Oh, jelly. We make jelly all the time. How much time on an exercise bike? Do you have the answer? Because we can Google it. We can guess it, can't we? I reckon corn fins. At a guess, I reckon 1 hour 15. Thank you, Pab. Much love. Pickled onion Monster Munch slap. You know, the best ones are the beef Monster Munch. You never get them imported here, though. They are sick. Lettuce sandwiches with sugar. Really, Donny? You know what? Vegemite with a bit of lettuce slaps, but it's got to be fresh lettuce. Pistachio. Has anyone tried that Dubai chocolate? We're about 10 minutes away, 9:42, mate. Ah, is it a good game, Wizards? So, what's the difference, Hunter? Oh, I used to love fantails. Mrs. Pom bought a load like 5 years ago. Have they stopped making them? What? Mrs. Pom, are you familiar with lime breakers or breakers lime? Mrs. Pom's just done her orgasm noise at him. So, yeah, she obviously did like him. Great shout by you, Adam. He guaranteed you would have liked it. That's phenomenal from you. Can I just say, I wish you could have seen what I saw, Adam, because you called it to a T, bro. Like, well played. Like, I'm applauding that. Bread and butter pudding slaps. Is it nice, though? Is it nice, though, Hunter? Okay, I need to know how Vegemite's made now. Because I'm guessing it's yeast and it just goes off. How is Vegemite made? Yeast, stretched wheat and barley, which is byproduct of baking. Heat is heated, the cells are broken down, residue is separated, concentrated, and combined. Yeast sludge from breweries. That's genius. You know what? Look, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Because, look, I drink beer and no one really likes the taste of beer. That's like the secret. You see, I've seen Charlie with his shirt off in the last 2 minutes more than I did at Carlton. Like, that's impressive. Norway has the best chocolate. To be fair, if I know how something's made, it doesn't really put me off. You know what? Now I need to eat Dubai chocolate. Hey, Blue Bagger, I appreciate you. Spot on, Lewis. I'm good, mate. How are you? Tiger Time, did you have a good birthday, mate? Petra, the Americans have like the most weirdest laws, don't they? Because like you can't have Kinder eggs because a kid might swallow a massive fist-like toy. But because it's a waste product, they're upset about it. Americans are weird. Like, fair play to them, but weird. 200 calories. So if you had 12, that's what? 2,400. So that'd be quite that'd be a while, wouldn't it? That would be a while, Gav. On a bike. Tim Tams are pretty good. You can't beat a Tim Tam. What's your favourite flavour of Tim Tams? What did you have, Tiger Time, for your dinner? Gout, mate. He'd improve the pace. Is that true, Adam? Look, you're allowed to get drunk on your birthday, mate. If you don't get drunk on your birthday, you're cooped. Kelly looks like the first, when you're in year 5, your new PE teacher. Only Carlton, mate, wet biscuits have changed my life. Mate, Petra, they're a weird, it's a weird place. And so, you know, when you're talking about wet biscuits, I don't think you're meant to get them wet without wet. Ison could definitely work higher up the ground. He's a lot better user than Ashton. Flynn. Let's say you took Harry out of the side because he's injured. And you say played Hudson O'Keefe, forward ruck, you could probably play them all in it. Be very samey though with Haywood. You'd probably have to play Moya in that Brodie Kemp role, like as an undersized toe. Worked out well, Lewis, hasn't it? That's insane, Bombers Rocket fan. Crazy how injuries, once they happen, can't stop. This is how we make it out in the hood. Fucking... I don't think people in the hood have cheese and biscuits, Atoosh. Like, it's not the kind of thing that I can see happening in a Bloods or a Crips gang house. You know what I mean? Could be wrong. I mean, look, you like what you like. Oh, chat, I forgot to show you. Look what came today. Look what came today, look. My Jagger Smith Rising Star card. Only Gowan. Mate. You know what? Definitely. You know what is... You know, I've actually thought of my guilty pleasure with Savoys. You know the Philadelphia that has the hot chili running through it? Sweet chili Philly. Thanks, Mrs. Pom. That's Jagger Smith Ethnic. I've got the Farrow and Roberts one coming. But you just sit there with the tub and dip your Savoy in. Another level, man. Chat, who in that stream? I got a special rare numbered Seth Campbell card, didn't I? Chocolate Scotch Fingers. Doddy, mate. I'm applauding. Oh, jalapeno cheese would be good. Where can I get them, Lewis? Lewis, mate. Mate, it's a big double pay week this week in the Pommy household. Invoice pay week, so that's a bad thing to tell me. AFL debutant 2026 cards. Mrs. Pom in the background. Oh my oh, Doddy. Lewis, mate. What a man. Savoys and chili. Oh, Lewis. Oh my God, look at the Harry Dean card. Zeke Hewland. Oh. Oh. Ah, chat. Oh, look at this. How do you get them all? Oh, chat. I can't say the price out loud. But that's an absolute steal. I want them all. They're sexy. I haven't seen it. That's good. That's good. To be fair, though, Mrs. Pom doesn't know the website, chat, so I could buy it and financially hide it, and she would never know. Sam Gr. Oh, look at these cards, chat. These cards look amazing. Mrs. Pom, you'd have to guess. You'd have to guess my. You'd have to guess my password. Mrs. Pom, you just need to, like, be a little bit more happy, you know that. What about cost you money? Okay. Well, there is no your money. It's our money. What have I spent money on in the last 6 months that...
It's absolute rubbish. This fucking shit, where are you? This shit. Goddamn.
Jesus. Jesus. Chat, you just seen that. I just got abused here. They are, so... Hey, Tough, you know, mate. Like, you just gotta go left field. You know what, Mrs. Poms, she's just like you say, look, yeah, can't a man have a hobby? Do you know what I mean? Oh, dear. I am on Greenman. I use Starlink. So neither. Yep. I could get a hobby like doing the lawns. I could do. What are you on about? Play will commence at 10:02. Jesus, what's going on with the strikes? She's all right, is Mrs. Pom. Johnny, we're going to cut all expenses now. Everyone's got to be miserable because Mrs. Pom said so. So let's have a look. What was that bang? Let's have a look. You know what? Definitely, you get it, mate. You've got it. You know the Footy cards binders, the vinyl album. Does that have holes for all the players? Vader, spot on. Does that have holes for all the players? Can't beat a HSB. Friday Night Footy's good. You know, if it gets delayed for another 30 minutes, do they just cancel the game? Can you imagine if they cancelled it with how screwed the AFL fixture list is? Like, can you imagine that? Can you imagine us having an additional... We'd have to have an additional buy round? Thunderstorms, Doddy. Mrs. Pom, what was your school lunch order? Bling Bang, it's keeping me entertained. Solving and popcorn works. Lunch order. We've done that for the kids where we write on the brown bag. Mrs. Pom didn't have one at primary school because... No, Mrs. Pom didn't. Oh, look, Mrs. Pom. Tragic backstory. Harrowing backstory. Like an Enid Blyton novel. $5 from my boy Skippy. They're holding the game longer than Cat were holding the ball last night. Well done, mate. Thank you for the $5. AFL said Sydney will win. What? So is it just like the cricket now? And we just make rules up? I can't believe Mrs. Pom didn't have lunch orders and we always used to get the kids lunch orders. If that was an option, I would have just not done it. No, I'm saying if you didn't have it, I just wouldn't have done it. And they could have lived in it. You know what? I've got to say, we didn't have, in primary school, we didn't have hot food. It was secondary school we had hot food. And I don't know what it's like in Australia, but like, we used to just go to like our version of the 7-Eleven. The more you know, Mrs. Pom. Grimman, yeah. So at our school, it was always packed lunches. And then secondary school, we had proper meals. Sausage roll, Coke and apple pie. Can't beat that. You know what was hilarious as well? I've noticed in schools now. Have you noticed that like kids aren't allowed to bring peanut butter or swap lunches? Like, wasn't swapping lunches the best thing in the world when you were a kid? Yeah, I remember, Hunter, I remember doing it with my kids. I remember doing it with with the kids, like writing their lunch orders for them and giving them the money. Did we go on the pitch and set the... No, I've never done that. Rich Hugh in Australia. So my primary school was like a backwater poor school. So yeah, we didn't have hot food in the primary school. Secondary school we did. Frozen grapes slap. Pommy, caramel slice or vanilla slice? What's better? Team caramel slice for me. Mrs. Pom will say team vanilla slice, no doubt. Mrs. Yeah, she likes what is it? It's the French custard vanilla slice they do at our local bakery. Very nice. It is very nice. Still caramel though. Oh, what? Carmen Sandiego, mate. I frothed that as a kid. When was that, Bombers Rocket fan? Oh, Blue Baggy, you can't beat it. Mate, I haven't got a clue where she is. You know what? She was quite hot from memory as well, wasn't she, Carmen Sandiego? I'm very well, widescreen. How are you? Did you have at secondary school as well? Did you have like a tuck shop? Like a cheap little shop that the school would buy like sweets en masse and then sell it cheap? That was like a lucrative business, that. That was a lucrative business for me at school. That's crazy, Bombers Rocket fan. You know what? I'm going to Google that. I'm sure Carmen Sandiego was hot. I might have just I might. She was, yeah. Oh, widescreen, that's cool. Yeah, I remember. Like that was sick, man. Yeah, I used to sell smokes as well at secondary school. I used to charge 50p a dart, and I remember this is in the UK. We used to have what was called tradie lunches. So it used to be like £1 gold coin, and it was like a ham roll, a can of Coke, and like a bag of Walker's crisps, and they'd have 2 darts in with 2 matches and a striker. So I used to buy a couple of them, sell them, and then go back. Nick, mate, you got to hustle, bro. You got to hustle, man. Got to hustle, bro. Life adjusting, mate. I remember it well. Spot on tough. Good times, man. Hey, love you, Billy. Thank you very much for all your time, mate, and everything you do. Love you, man. Mate, you can't beat it. Like the good old days. Did you guys have, like, as well in the UK, like, rivalries between schools that would descend into fights? Command and Conquer, mate. Command and Conquer. Do you remember Red Alert as well? Red Alert 2, me and my mate used to spend hours on that. You know what, widescreen? Funny that one of my mates found the secret drawer. Our teacher used to confiscate stuff, and he found like 40 cigarettes, and he just stole them, and she never asked. Johnny, it was fault of habit. I am sorry, my friend. Tiberian Sun. Oh, mate. These were times. Times to be alive. Christine, you know what? I was talking about this because we used to have like the candied cigarettes as well. Do you remember them? Diablo 2, mate, that still slaps. Half-Life slaps as well on the PC. Still a good game. Crazy that we used to have cigarettes that were sweets. If you think about it. Is that how much meal deals are? Meal deals was something else, Lewis. Yeah, Christine, they were quality times that we used to have. Like NBA Jam, me and my brother literally we used to have so many fights over that. Genuinely. I reckon that NBA Jam, because do you remember when you used to get like 3 baskets in a row and it was like he was on fire and you were pretty much unstoppable? We used to have that absolute descent into chaos. And then we used to have, on the SNES, we had Mario Kart. Always caused a fight as well, that game. Like, genuine. I'd say that is the most frequent things we had fights over. Easily the most fights we would have. Yeah, Bulls or Magic, we were the same. Because they were the 2 best teams. And we just used to go off. Go off at it. Good times. What are you the cover athlete, Armstrong? Have I made that up? Oh, N64 with GoldenEye. You know what? We had, when we got an N64, we banned, do you remember the Golden Gun? Where you only had to like fucking shoot in the general direction and kill? That was banned in our house. That was banned in our house purely because, like, genuinely, people just couldn't do it. Good times. Honestly, the golden gun, man. The golden gun in that. Absolutely ridiculous. It was just so talentless. Yeah, he was Hunter. Another one as well, as we got a bit older. I don't know if anyone did this. Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike as well. Absolutely used to go. That caused so many arguments as well. Bomber, man. That was good fun. Yeah, Bomber's Rocket. How good was Counter-Strike on the PC? Yeah, so me and my brother used to play that all the time. Mortal Kombat. You know what? Do you remember what? Did you used to have gaming magazines in Australia that would like have like cheats in them? And did you have like a TV show? We had Games Master, which was a TV show. I remember they put on the screen once, like all the buttons for Mortal Kombat, and we just used to go mental on it. Yeah, the demo just came with the magazine. Yeah, LAN parties was sick. Stick cricket, yeah, used to play that. I still occasionally play that now. But yeah, I remember writing them down. Because I was raiding Mortal Kombat. Who was your character? Yeah, we also had them mags as well, Neil. Good to see you, my friend. Did you genuinely used to spend hours on that? Oh yeah, that happened in England as well, Lewis. Did you have Brian Lara Cricket here? Scorpion, good call, Vader. Johnny Cage, like that. I was always Raiden. My brother loved Scorpion as well. Used to do my head in. Do my head in that. Do you remember the cheat on Mortal Kombat 1 as well? If you stayed in the corner and went back, press B, you do that leg sweep, and you were almost impossible to get. My brother was an absolute tit. He used to do that all the time. Yeah, Brian Lara Cricket and stuff like that. Quality. And the cheat code as well on Brian Lara Cricket, which was like actually impossible to stop, was with a swing bowler right of off stump about halfway up the pitch. Genuinely crazy. But do you remember as well, you could move the wicketkeeper against CPU and they'd run and you could always get them out? Oh, the board game. I remember that. Was that the one with the little, where you used to pull the little thing and you'd have the cricketer do that all the time? And then you just absolutely spam the offside field. That was a good game, that. We used to play Sabutio a lot. Have you ever done tabletop AFL? Has there ever been an AFL tabletop game? Like Sabutio? Age of Empires was an amazing game. Yeah, Blue Bag, it was so good, man. Do you ever play tabletop football with like it would be like a 10-cent coin for you. We used to play it with a 2-pence coin where you only had 3. You used to start at the edge of the table and you had to try and get it to the end. And when it got to the end of the table, you had to flip it and catch it and then you could throw it into the goal. That was hours, literally hours of lunchtime when it was raining. Star Wars Rebellion, Neil, that is an ancient game. Mate, that's a quality game. Hours of gameplay, that. Yeah, Petra's so good. Oh, ethnic, mate, that is such a good game. You know what? Yeah, so we used to, there was different versions. We had rugby. If you were playing rugby, you got 5. Right? If you were playing soccer, we only had 3 for some reason. Absolute. Yeah, well done, Tov. Oh, what a game. It's not on yet. Genuinely elite. Rust, World of Warcraft. Mrs. Pom's a massive World of Warcrafter. Is that a technical term? Am I going to get oyed? They were good times. You know what we should bring? Oh, Risk. Loved Risk. That is a great game. Great game. RuneScape. You know what? One of my favourite ever games, genuinely my favourite ever games, going way back. I absolutely adored playing Metal Gear Solid. Do you remember when that first came out on PlayStation 1? You ever played Colditz? I didn't, Groom, and I've heard of it. I've never played it. Fallout 4 would be one of my favourite games all the way through. Blood Bowl, yeah. Light Dog keeps telling me to get into that. He plays that all the time. Mrs. Pom, what's your go-to character in WoW? Shadow Priestess Human, and then a Troll Druid Resto / Balance. Mainly Resto. I have no idea what any of them words mean. Hunter, but if that helps you out, mate, Hunter was one of the best healers in the world. You were the who? Are people just making words up? Someone want to tell me what resto means? You know what? You know what I hate about you, Mrs. Pom. When you explain something, you explain something like you have this uncanny knack of making someone feel too. It's like the mum in you. Okay, Rich Ewan. Look, I haven't. That hasn't. Cheers, Hunter. I appreciate it. See, Hunter explains it like I'm not 4. Yeah, but I've never heard you say resto. I would have thought you were asking for whatever that Italian pasta thing is. Footy Monopoly. Hey, mate, that'd be good. New Vegas. Mitch, I haven't. No, is it any good? Played 3 and 4. Wolfenstein was good. Hunter, ethnic, bummer. Yeah, honestly, I thought she said Presto Druid, and I was like, what? He just cooked shit fucking pasta dishes, did it? Just was there putting garnish on shit. Don't call me a dickhead. Hunter, what do you play as? Mrs. Pom says. And he says, if you play as a hunter, that's so ironic. Counter-Strike, Wizards of Oz, great game. Soggy Rester. Gav gets it. That's been the most fun 40 minutes I've had, even better than watching football. We've learnt more about each other than anything else. Night Elf Resto Druid in Classic. Mrs. Pom says, oh, nice. And a Tauran Resto Druid and Balance Druid in Sod. Do I dare ask what Sod means? Mrs. Pom says, is the new expansion any good if you're playing it? You know, you could just walk down here and have this conversation. Like, I feel like I'm the intermediary in a call centre scam. Yeah, Petra's spot on and widescreen. How good is it when you play with your friends and you say, yeah, we'll have a non-aggression pact, and then, like, you just take him out? Genuinely enjoyed that chat. I feel like we've bonded. Like, usually we trauma bond, but it's nice to bond on other things. Jaden Laverde used to stream. I can't imagine him playing Fortnite with Zach Merritt. Jake Stringer makes sense, but Zach Merritt, that's off its tits. Sims was a good game. You know what? One of my mates in the UK streams, and he streams, you know that Power Wash simulator? Lee Trina's fighting golf. No, the first golf game I ever played was PGA Tour, like 1996, and it had Jack Nicklaus on the front. Rainbow Six was very good. Hey, Teresa, you didn't miss much. We had a massive discussions on Trauma Bond Simulator. He's just basically watching Carlton. Tough. People do, mate. It's like ASMR, bro. Bro, like people get addicted to all sorts, man. Thank you very much, Mr. P. We love you. And we are off. Look, mate, I mean, Teresa, I'm not going to tell you what and who you can blow. If you want to do harmonica practice in the break, do what you want. You got hooked on Farming Simulator. We've all... Can you imagine that going to Alcoholics Anonymous? I'm addicted to farming. Cameron kicked 10, chat. I haven't, Petra. Here we are. Ball comes in. Brody Grundy taps it down. And big clearance from Clayton. Oliver goes up to the wings. Spoiled. Back in bounds by Cal Mill. What are Geelong on? Tough. I want to go and see it. Hunter hasn't... Hunter! Is the new... Hunter, Mrs. Pom asks, is the new expansion any good on WoW, and do you still play? Does she buy it or does she not buy it? Thank you, Teresa, for specifying the difference between harmonica and metonica. That is such a good name for a willy, though. I only played SOD, so I stopped in 2025 when it died. This is already doing my head in. I only played SOD, so I stopped in 2025 when it died. He was running a girl for 2 years and then he stopped. That's a bit like you, Mrs. Pom. You ran a girl and did your head in. See, I do listen to Mrs. Pom. Quick handball inside. Toby Green has a pop from 55. And a behind. Tell you what, Piano Man is such a good song. Abe's Odyssey, that is such a good game. You know what, though? Farming Simulator, I can get it. To be fair, Hunter, like, when Mrs. Pom used to tell me about, like, the fallouts in that, it's elite. Boundary throw, 1830 to go. You know what? It was genuinely... You know what? It's genuinely been a culture shock to go from us just talking rubbish to talking about football again. Genuinely ruined my life. Do you know what I mean? Genuinely such a hard mental shift. Like, for my brain. My brain's like, how do we do this again? Flight Simulator. I never played that. Neil, I'd say it's a big skill set if you listen to your wife a bit, or anyone really for that matter, works. What was the score in the Geelong game in the end? Inside they go, big kick. Charlie tries to compete. You know what? Matt Roberts is such a good little player, isn't he? That is such a good hustle and chase. Lekalia being chased by Chad Warner, gets the handball away. Tobias Green kicks absolutely appallingly. And Callum Brown, the big pom, bursts out the pack. Bit of run and stun. The GWS Giants have been really impressive. 131 to 56. That's embarrassing. And Lockie Ash. Do I like planes? You know what? I'm not very good with engines, to be honest, Ben. I don't really get turned on by engines. Shot a go! And a behind for big Toby Green. Toby Green's been threatening. 3 goals tender. We love you, Teresa. Spot on, Blue Bagger. T.O., it's scary that the doggies were, like, looking really good. Yeah, just engines have really got me going. I blame my pop for that because he was really adamant on you weren't allowed to touch the cars that he had. So he just kind of like, I never really liked it after that. Much love, Blue Bagger. Good mark there by Harry Himmelberg. That is one of the worst kicks ever, and it just gets there. It was a 50-metre kick to the right. He nearly pulled it straight into the waiting wings of Tom Papley. Dude, it's gutting for the doggies, though, isn't it? Like, them injuries are crazy. Teresa, maybe. I can't believe he did a Collingwood logo tattoo. Because I don't think the payoff was equal in that bet. Don't know about you, but I don't think the payoff was equal in that bet. That's insane, Wizard of Oz. No, we're talking about Dan Gorringe did a similar bet with Nick Dacos. Nick Dacos had to shave his head. Dan Gorringe got a Collingwood tattoo with Nick Dacos' signature and the actual Collingwood logo and hot pies. But I was saying that bet for me is a bit lopsided because I'd rather shave my head than get a Collingwood tattoo. Yeah, Teresa, but no, but it's a ridiculous bet, isn't it? Don't you think? Like, it'd be like me saying, if I win, you give me a firm handshake. If I lose, I'll give you $1 million. Like, Whitfield turns out of trouble. Rosas couldn't catch him. And Himmelberg clears his lines. You only do it once, Ben. No, I agree, Adam. I just think it's a stupid bet to make. Shane with the 1 gifted. Well done, mate. Massive win for the Cats today, my friend. Much love. I agree. Johnny, yeah. He would probably be about that. I'd say he's just on 5 foot. Handball over the top. Will it sit nicely? Lays off the kick and Bedford finishes off. Great handball from Phoenix Gothard. Fred, if I had $1 million, I'd love to give you it. I don't have $1 million, mate. But it just feels like a stupid bet to make, doesn't it? Yeah, Lewis, I mean, I actually think he'd actually suit. I know he's got the beautiful hair, like you say. But I just feel he'd pull it off. Slobbo, not at the minute. I am 186. Bam. Be the dream tough, wouldn't it? Teresa's really confident of this. And Teresa's super confident. Slobber, man of your stature, 6'3". Hey, Shane, you did well, man. Their injuries just cooked, though, innit? Like, no English, I think, is the biggest one for me. Neil, giant. Dinked inside. Pressure coming. And Matt Roberts. Out of bounds on the full. Bedford trying to go quick to make the angle better. No one was on his wavelength. 198. Jeepers. Do you want to play Rook next week? Can we replace Mackay with you? Yeah, Mitch, but it would make him better, wouldn't it? And a behind for Bedford. Tell you what, if GWS kick straight, they'd be in with this. Hunter, mate. Slobber, you can come forward. Good player, isn't he, Groom? And very underrated. Handball inside. Sydney really loved this quick game. Fred, I probably do appreciate them when I'm not playing them, to be honest. You just, look, when I play them, quick goal over the top. And Charlie has one out the back. And that was beautifully built up by Sydney. Yeah, I think my grumpiness last night, mate, Fred, to be fair, was more... I did say earlier... Said the same thing. What? Did Swoop say he's not going? And he thinks it's goal cut. Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, good call. I haven't, no, Ben. Seems a good lad, does further enough, Tiger Time. All the interactions I've had with him, beautiful human being. 36-51. 4 goals, 12. 8 goals, 3. I think they'll be all right when they get more players back. Leishman, I don't know what you think, mate. Himmelberg spoils it to the front of the pack. Brody Grundy's so good at that. Little chip kick. Oh, brought down. Nick Madden under trouble here. Jordan can't get the handball away. And big Harry Ralston gets the clearance. Teresa, if he goes to GWS, if he goes to Tasmania, what are you going to do? And Toby Green fumbles the mark. Sydney set upon him. Chad Warner manages to get the kick away. 12 minutes left in this third. And ding down. What's Peter Dacos like? Is he nice in real life? You know what? Fred, I don't know if you're still here, mate, but I said I thought that 10 minutes, that fourth quarter was one of the best fourth quarters I've ever seen from a player from Nick Dacos. It was a shame they played Carlton. Shame they played Carlton because it would have been nice to enjoy it. Petra is really cost them this game. Lockie Schultz approaching Black Levi. 100% Fred, mate. Definitely sits outside of the toilets in the toilet saying, do you want anything? Genuinely, bro. Dinky little kick from Sydney. It's a beautiful kick. McInerney just brings it in and trying to say it's out of bounds off his foot is a bit rich. Ethnic, mate, you'll be all right. You'd imagine all of them, Lewis, You'd probably do 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and a first rounder and a second back. And Logan McDonald with the shot now at goal. 51-36. I do, Ben. And bobs it through. Yeah, Wizard, I've got a feeling it's 5 first with a first coming back. The reason being then they've got it. Hey, Blueberg, what are you going to listen to? Poet is quite cool, though, isn't it? The thing that Nick Dacos has added 2 things to his game over the last 12 months, and no one really talks about it, right? He had these issues a couple of years ago with being taken out wide, right? And being ineffective forward, right? You look at how he deals with the Ed Langdon tag last year to now. If you're an outside mid, he brings you inside, right? If he's an outside mid, he brings you inside. If you're an inside mid now, he outruns you on the outside. And if you beat him in both of them, he goes forward and works you out that way. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Like, fair enough, Blue Bagger. I'm not familiar with them. I'm more of a Smiths. I do the Smiths quite a bit. Like, genuinely insane that no one gives him enough credit for that. I agree, Fred. It's a shame that he doesn't get enough credit. But fair play to him. Since I've watched this game in 2013, I can't think of any player that's negated a tag as well as him, has added layers. I think the opposite, professional, but I wouldn't be shocked. Moore Park, Sydney, Australia. I had to fight not to say Moor, just with my accent. He was testing his knee, people said. And that's a great handball chain. GWS moving it really nicely. Both sides moving it off the halfback line. Caelan Brown gives the handball. Toby Bedford. Look at the burst speed. And he fucks up the bounce. Somehow makes it work. Toby Bedford gives the handball off. Riccardi. What a goal. Toby Bedford fucked that up 7 times. Well done. What an effort. What an effort. A good goal by Jake Riccardi. You know the thing as well, Teresa, you look at the escalation of Dacos. It's fascinating that was one of the first things people used to complain about. When he first started to get the tag, he'd disappear in the fourth. He needed investment. He's added that element to his game that he can have 10 touches at 3/4 time. 10 minutes in the fourth, he's had 10 touches, 3 goals. AFL was a really funny sport because genuinely every other sport I've ever been a part of, league particularly, cricket and soccer, great players are just loved universally. You all enjoy watching them. As a United fan, Gerrard, we still appreciated. You still appreciated he was a good player. I know England's got, obviously, Team England. HP has to be on a bacon sandwich. Fiat Panda, I haven't known, but I learned to drive in a Mini Cooper. Very small car. Papley! Oh, yes! What a pickup! What a goal! Great goal. Yeah, but I think that's rivalry, though, isn't it, TL? So we've got an Orion, Ben, and we've got a Dodge truck. Like 4x4 thing. You had dreams about fighting Van Damme. Lewis, I agree with you. Like for me, I just love... I've always just loved good players. Like, even though I'm English, my favourite players to watch in cricket were like Warne, McGrath. Loved them. I loved watching Ricky Ponting, even though he always used to score runs against us. Slobber, mate. Good dream, mate. Inside 50 to go. Lekalia runs under it. Callum Brown can't quite get it under control. Heaney dances through. What a handball. And Blakey skirts a handball forward and a great tackle. And we have a stoppage. Teresa, yeah, he was the late change. And a free kick. Phoenix Gothard. Shane, I couldn't agree more. What, do you remember that year where he averaged like 90 in tests? Power of belief, Slobber, mate. Love Michael Bevan. Was my team Yorkshire. He was our overseas player. Absolutely phenomenal player, man. One of the best players. Unbelievable. You know who else was brilliant for us? Good behind that. It was brilliant for us. Darren Lehman was our player. Absolutely adored Lehman. Jake Lloyd can't take the mark. Here we are. Lockie Whitfield comes at them again. Great handball inside. Phoenix Gothard. He's been involved in everything. Riccardi drills one into the pocket. And Riley Bice, eyes on the ball, takes out Tom McCartan. Matthew Hayden was a fantastic opener. Yeah, Bombers Rocket fan, quality players, Bev. Sebastian Vettel, I don't really watch enough Formula 1 to comment. Gerard Lampard and Scholes. We love these discussions. Where's Mitch? Where's Mitch? You see, I always think it's a hard argument because Scholes absolutely frothed Matt Letizia, mate, Fred. One of the more talented footballers I've ever seen play. Where was I? Scholes' passing repertoire was a different gravy. Oh, Mitch, you see, I knew he was here. Knew he was here. Knew he was here. Caught holding the ball. Here we are. GWS look to switch it up. Fonzie goes backwards. Patient build-up. Connor Iden. It's a dangerous kick. Iden does well. Beats Rowbottom and Warner. Dinks the kick in. Leap pick-up from Heaney. Chad Warner releases McInerney. Papley. Chase down. Gets the kick away. Joe Lamarty versus Lekalia. McInerney no-look handball. Rowbottom, the man who started it all, and he'll create a stoppage. You see, I think we've talked about this. Right, I think Lampard's got to be, if you were picking between Lampard and Gerrard for leadership, but I think Lampard, you can't argue with them goals, man. Like, I reckon Gerrard is the most versatile of the three. And big game moments, Gerrard pulled an average Liverpool team to the heights of football. Right? But Scholes, man, that passing repertoire. Right, you know what? Seeing we've got some soccer fans in here. He is a conspiracy theorist. Seeing we've got it. Seeing we've got a few people in here. Right? Seeing we've got a few soccer fans in here. We were talking about Bruno Fernandes today. Mitch, right? I was saying Bruno Fernandes is close, if not, if he played in that 90s team, he would be held in the Dennis Law, George Best category of footballers. And I think Man United fans poo-poo Bruno because he's played in the least successful era of Man United in the last 50 years. But I think as a footballer, he is potentially the best. I will go. Bruno would be in my top 3 Man United players I have ever seen. We are. Brody Grundy taps it down. But Mitch, would you say he's that good? The 90s, Faustino Asprilla? I agree, Wizard of Oz. Great mark by Rowbottom. Giggs was a brilliant player. Dennis Irwin. To be fair, I lived in a great era of United players. Thierry Henry or David Beckham? I mean Thierry Henry. Teresa's spot on. And they will do. I just think if you look at Bruno, what he's done, another... De Gea definitely underappreciated as well. But Bruno, I just think genuinely, what a player. Like, what a player. I think if he played in that midfield alongside Roy Keane, would have been huge. I reckon we'd be talking about him as the greatest player ever. Punted in from the halfway line and McCartin stops it. Question for a football fan. How important is team success when talking old-timers versus great players for both teams? Look, I think he comes into it, Shane. He comes into it. Definitely comes into it. But it's close. Is he better than Prime Rooney? You know what? From seeing every one of Rooney's games as well, I would say yes. Genuinely would say yes. Kick in. Stringer with a mark. Good mark. GWS won't piss off. Look, I am a CR7 fanboy, but R9... There's never been a striker as good as R9. Like, prime R9 was unplayable. I saw him at Old Trafford against my United team. Genuinely unplayable. Salah would be way high up in the Premier League grades. Behind 2 big misses from the Giants. Mitch, look, I agree. Rooney was sensational, but I don't think Rooney has the impact of United's team in this era. Messi or Maradona? Messi all day. Maldini or Vidic? Maldini. Is his contract year, though? Did he bomb as right fan? Yeah. You see, look, I appreciate that football... What people don't take into account, and they don't take into account with AFL, right, is when I was growing up, the best centre-backs in the Premier League were players like Tony Adams, Steve Bruce, Gary Pallister. They wouldn't play Conference North in today's game. They are too quick. Too quick. Too quick. Like, in that era, it was about stopping goals. Heaney off a step! Oh, what a stop by Buckley. Mitch, you are staying up. 2,000%. So, you know when people compare old to new, right? I would say chances are 90% of anyone pre-1990s wouldn't survive in today's game. And that is in any discipline. Be very few would make the grade. Because you look at defenders in football in the UK and around Europe. Maldini would be the exception because he could use the ball. Drew, I agree. See, but like Roy Keane, I love Roy Keane. I feel like one of my all-time favorite players, right? But that was the outlier then. Nowadays, that everyone plays that holding connection piece. Sydney back to back. Look, I didn't see him live, but when you watch like how slow they are, look at slow mids who use the ball well. Now, who handball a lot? There isn't any. GB, you're right, mate. How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. I think Spurs are down. Like, Spurs are down, man. I hate to say that, Spurs, but they've psychologically checked out. Don't mind that call by you, Blue Bagger. Heaney looking for a switch. Great switch as well. Corey Warner drills it in 1 minute 29. Kerner rises and Fonto wins the ground ball. United were still playing a 4-4-2 early noughties. It definitely got phased out around the mid to late noughties, though. Now, Mitch, they're 100% down. I'm telling you now, clip this, 1,000% down. They're down. The way they're playing. Dinks in by Madden. That is a great effort. And a behind. 5 goals, 15. Plays 10 goals, 3. Interesting manager, his old Muscott. He was a thug of a player. I agree, Bombers, but I mean, like, when people talk about the greats, especially if we're talking football, soccer, you got to be honest. Like, I was an addict to football, still am in the UK. I still watch it all the time. But genuinely, you go back to the 90s, 50% of them players at best would play championship level and above. Mitch, they're 100% down, I guarantee it. And Warner finishes up the quarter. Blakey's going to say he's going to have a shot at goal. He's about 60 out. But what you want to look at, Mitch, right? My grandpa used to have this. My grandpa in the UK, he used to scout professional football when it used to be Div 1 in the 60s and 70s. After the war, that was like his retirement. He was a big football man, right? But one thing he always used to say to me when you're looking it down is just how players react when goals go in and stuff. But it's always stuck with me. He always used to say, look at their GD in the last 5 for warning signs. You look at Spurs' GD, goal difference last 5 games. It's fucking abhorrent. That is a team that is down. Bombers, I agree, it's an issue, but that's why I'm a big one of not comparing generations. Like, you get it in golf, you get it all the time, right? You get it all the time. People saying Jack Nicklaus is the greatest of all time. Jack Nicklaus is the greatest of all time. By wins, yeah. But I think the way you watch Jack Nicklaus, if you were actually saying that if Jack Nicklaus and Rory McIlroy and prime Tiger Woods in the 1999 era Tiger Woods, 99, 2000 Tiger Woods wins 9 out of 10 times. The other one time is McIlroy. But it would be interesting if you could some way start Nicholas. Because, like, another thing no one talks about, Bombers Rocket fan, and this is something that I'm just anal about, the statistical probability from 2000, you have to remember now, Birmingham University, I think it's a 375% chance higher of making the grade at elite sport if you were born post 1990 than you weren't that. And it was anticipated to go up even higher prior to that era. The reason being because now people don't get cut out of elite sport pathways because we have the development of EQ, different coaching styles, things like that. Huge. Shane, 100% it can do. Players will come for big name coaches. And when, like, you look at Man United, David Moyes, not a big popular coach. Man United was still the best side in England at the time, just won the Champions, just won the Premier League. No one wanted to come. Who's winning World Cup? England. GB, would I like to see it? The Man United side of me would wank if they went to League Two. I 100% think they need to. But, Lewis, I'd rather stay in the Premier League. Number one player in the AFL. Banh. I'm fuming with the club, to be honest, Magnus. If you watch the first 5 minutes of the stream, I went in depth with it. Bombers Rocky fan, you know, my granddad always used to teach me comparison to the thief of joy. I don't think you can compare eras, and I think it's best just to appreciate the era you've got. Like I look at players that I grew up with idolizing as a kid. Like Beckham wouldn't be in the Premier League, certainly, because he didn't have the pace. I wouldn't mind doing that as well, blue bagger for charity. Leishman, I always think, you see, I actually had this discussion with a recruiter last week, right? And he totally agreed with me when I said this to him. So he was like 100% in agreement. He works for a club that doesn't believe in the Irish experiment. From a person that played rugby league in the first team at high school and soccer at decent level, at amateur level as a kid, kicking a soccer ball versus kicking a rugby ball, total different technique, total different fundamentals. I don't even think they're linkable. So if I was a recruiter looking for overseas players, I'd be looking at league players. Hey, all good, mate. Hey, I love you, Magnus. Let me know what you think of the first 5 minutes. I'd love your opinion. I've seen, I think LIV is gone. And I thought there was problems with LIV. TL, Grumman, as soon as the PGA removed that year ban. Mitch, this is a funny one. Who starts on the right with England? Yeah, but Mitch, I don't think we've tried it in the way we do with the Irish players. What I'm saying is, he agreed with me, and it's something that they're actually looking at. Going to, like, the academies in Castleford and Leeds and getting kids that are not bulky enough who play in the league at, like, 17, 18, which I'd agree with him. Who starts on the right? It's a tough one. I mean, the Saka injury, how long is that? But you've got to play Saka on the right, haven't you? I do remember Tunnel Boy. Cheers, Tiger Time. So 63-46. You see, I like the idea of Bowen, but the way that Tuchel plays, I think Bowen's a bad idea. If it was Southgate, I'd agree with you. But there's zero defensive responsibility on the right, the way Arsenal, England play. On the left, you need to defend because our left backs think defending is for cowards. Matt, I agree. And you look at like Lafau and stuff, I think that's the area you go if you're going to oversee. Hey, Supercoach Dog, mate, we had some great chats at half time. I love Bowen. My issue is, if you watch how Tuchel plays, the right side of ours is predominantly more defensive than the left. So I think rugby's the area I'd go. That's quality when someone gets hit over the station. Love seeing that. Shane, some do. I got told a horror story. Brody Grundy! Behind. I do like you know what? I've always loved the West Ham fans there. Got a lot of West Ham fan mates. Did like Mark Bosnich. I was gutted when he came to United and he was shit. Mate, Matt, it'd be interesting. I don't think we'll ever see that again because that was just a stupid marketing idea. But I'd love to see them go to the north of England and try and get young UK boys over. I think it would be a lot better than... Because genuinely, kicking a round ball to an egg-shaped ball, total different technique. Big tackle, high, Justin McInerney. One of the more improved players in the league, looking for the switch and goes backwards to centre-half back here. Been a very, very, very good game. Big mark by Jake Stringer. Chelsea, you're a Sunderland fan, mate. Some great times. Just north of where I come from, that, mate. Sunderland. So I've been to Stadium and Light a few times. Finn Callaghan switches it in. Chelsea, you started off great, Supercoach Dog, and then went downhill fast. Sacked, your coach resigned, and then you got a new coach in who I'm pretty sure is a PE teacher. TL, yeah, got a few mates in the UK who have played professionally. Joe Lamarty, good mark. Good mate of mine. I won't out him because I'm going to tell you his salary, but he was playing at Preston North End and then moved, and then also went to Leeds, but he was earning 20k a week when he went to Leeds. Joe Lamarty nails the goal, 11 goals for. Mitch, right? You know what? So me and my mate, big mate of mine, Faz, were having a conversation today actually about soccer players. Dimi Payet, would you say best ever skilled player at West Ham? Best skilled West Ham player that you've seen? You'd say Pies and Bombers, Pies Blues, Tigers and Bombers. They've all got to be kind of linked, in my opinion, right? So you'd have to say, like, Man United. I always see Man United as the Pies because they're the most supported team and people who have never, ever been north of South Africa support Man United. So, big fan base. A shot a goal! Callaghan! What a goal! Right? And then you've got, like, the Pies who are... So, Pies would be like United. Carlton would be then like the Liverpool. You could interchange them even if you wanted to, if it makes you feel sick if you're a Manchester United fan. It doesn't. annoy me enough. Then the Tigers would be like the new blood with history, so they'd probably be City. Because we all hate each other. And then it's hard because we don't really have an Essendon, but Essendon have got the Man United history. And they would be very close to Man United in the terms of like how barren they've been for such a long time. But Man United have been successful in club competitions, so it would be hard to compare. So that's why I always think Man United are closer to Cow and Collingwood. McInerney gets the free kick for holding. Magnus, 1. Thank you very much, buddy. I love you, brother. Thrown in. Papley can't get there. That is a sickening sell for a high. Who's North? North always give me a Brighton. Oh, another gifted from the main man. Magnus, thank you very much, mate. And a big mark there. Chelsea are North Melbourne are a hard one. I'll tell you for why. Because you're looking for a young up-and-coming team that's got a superstar coach. They would have been Everton when Everton had Carlo Ancelotti. Magnus, another gifted. Thank you very much, legend. Much love, buddy. And kicks in. And Marty can't grab it. Lloyd thrown out. But it's tough. The comparisons are really tough. Like, soccer comparisons to AFL are really hard. Because, like, you've also got to think. Hey, I love you, Magnus. Thank you very much, man. Much love to you, buddy. When you watch soccer to AFL, you've kind of got to take into account that you guys are obsessed with history, which only a couple of clubs are in the UK. And one of us doesn't even talk about our history anymore, Man United. We don't even sing the song anymore. Right? So it kind of goes out the window if you haven't won recently. Liverpool, rightly so, sing about their history. So it's hard to... You've got to kind of add that into your comparison. But as a team, Carlton would be Man United because a team that should be successful keeps buying its way out of trouble. Both absolutely stupid. Shane with a gifted. Thank you very much, legend. We love you, my brother. Chelsea. So Chelsea are a team that would have been Moneybags FC like 10 years ago, winning everything. Now, Chelsea give me a bit of the doggies approach. Chelsea remind me a bit of the Bulldogs. Sydney, don't mind that call. Good goal that from Lekalia. 7 goals, 16. And as Petra says, if GWS had kicked straight, been brilliant. But doggies give a Chelsea vibe. You could make an argument as well, GWS, because Chelsea were just a battling club for most of my life. Then they got the money bags. Billy Pat, good day, mate. Great to see you as well, my friend. Thank you for making me chuckle a few times on the stream last night, so I appreciate you. Mate, they were the good days, mate. One of my good mates is an Arsenal fan, and they were so good, man. So good them times. West Coast. You know what? This is going to sound really harsh, but West Coast remind me of Blackburn Rovers. Really good in their day, just couldn't get the job done. And now just kind of in no man's land because of their own decision making. You could also make an argument that they're Leeds. You could make an absolute argument that West Coast are Leeds. A team that was dominant got themselves into a great position and then are now in a shit position because they old administration tried to milk their good times. Ball comes in! Oh, Logan McDonald nearly takes the mark. Oh, mate, Tudge guy. Yeah, the big Turkish guy. Because you got to remember, it's tough. The Foxes, you could look at them as the Foxes, suppose, modern day. Biggest rivalry in the Premier in England. I'd say the biggest rivalry in Great Britain is the Rangers Celtic driver game. You'll never. There's no few rivalries on the planet. The Boca River would be close. I've been to the Real Barca. It's definitely not as intimidating as people say. I've never been to the South American derby though, but the Old Firm by a country mile. Right? Yeah, but the Eagles were feared here. No one feared Leicester. Leicester just got lucky playing a brand of football that worked. But Blackburn were genuinely feared. Like, people forget that mid-90s team, 94, 95, 96, United would it was genuinely a tough game. Which team is the Old Firm? Celtic versus Rangers? That would definitely be the biggest one. Liverpool United is pretty good. In recent times, though, you need both sides to be equal. And only until recently we've got there. The City derby. I always think the Man City game is the biggest rivalry. They did, Mitch. The City game versus United is huge. Even when City were in the Division 1, Division 2, it was still big. For me, that's bigger than the Liverpool rivalry. It's your local town rivalry. Liverpool United is big. Arsenal Spurs has always been a big one as well. Big goal. Clever by Malcolm Rosas. But you've got to remember, UK rivalries are steeped. No, Old Firm is the Scottish Premier League. So if you were saying Britain and Ireland, that's the biggest. Premier League, Man United, Liverpool is huge. Right, do you know what I mean? I agree, Mitch. Yeah, Football Factory is. Arsenal Spurs is a good rivalry. To be fair, West Ham Millwall, if you are old like me, you'll remember the 90s, early 90s games. They were quite fierce. But you'd say the biggest rivalry in England is probably United Liverpool. Arsenal Spurs is big. Newcastle Sunderland is huge. A very underrated derby, that actually. Very good derby. Very underrated. Cracking North East derby. Leeds Man United has always been a good rivalry as well. Drills it out. Oh, big pickup there from Big Dog James Jordan. Tio, that's not a bad call, that, Tio. And shot a goal! Blizzard getting stuck into Langwin. A goal out of nothing. Mitch, it's always been Chelsea's biggest rival. So, I mean, historically, they've had beef with Millwall. Chelsea West Ham has always been a fearsome game, particularly from the 80s. because they had probably the two of the three biggest firms of all time. So Chelsea versus West Ham has always been feared because it's the posh part of London versus the poor part of London. So that comes into it. Like UK, I'll tell you what, the West Derby, Lewis, great game that. You know what? Throw Coventry into that trio as well. Great game. Sheffield Derbies are good as well. Steel City Derby. But back to Chelsea. Very underrated part of football is people forget that English rivalries aren't like yours. Like, when you go and look at Australian historical rivalries, it's kind of shit things like geographical location. You've got to remember English rivalries are steeped in historical wars, politics. So, Shane, what happened? Danny, going to go and get it next week. So, next week. In the week. Because I have to go to my tattoo, so I'm not going somewhere where I get VD. So, years ago, there used to be Docklands, well, there still is, in Manchester and Liverpool. So, it dates back years and years and years and years where the Liverpool docks and the Manchester docks used to have an agreement on paying what they used to charge the government to make ships. Liverpool broke that agreement and went with less money, which put loads and loads of dock workers at Manchester out. So them two cities hate each other because one city technically bankrupt the other city. So that's where it is. So the old firm is obviously religion. Christians, Protestants versus Catholics. Steeped in that. Robbie Fowler was a very good player. Played for two of my rivals, Liverpool and Leeds. Great little hand pass inside. Angus Sheldrick chips in. Goes out the back. And clearing kick from GWS. So that's why I always funny. Yeah, I agree, TL. So it's always funny to me. Like, Australians have this rivalry, but the rivalry is just genuinely, they're a mild inconvenience close to their locale. Because, like, the history of Carlton and Collingwood, Carlton fought hard to get Collingwood into the league at the time. Like, so it's like kind of weird that we're adversaries, but we've had the history together against each other. Yeah, spot on, Lewis. Like, most of English rivalries are steeped in that location, but them geographical locations over 1,000, 2,000 years old in some cases of actual battlements as well. So, like, the Whitby-Scarborough rivalry can date its lineage back to, like, 200 AD. Hey, I love you, Christine. Good, sweet dreams, my darling. I'll pass my love on to Zoe. I'd say, like, the old firm, Celtic Rangers, like, you're talking people have died for that. Like, it's so strong that Rangers had a no Catholic policy, and so did Celtic no Protestant for, like, 130 years of their time on the earth. Like, crazy, you're talking. Like, them rivalries are steeped in it. Big mark by Carl Mills. You know what, though? Like, we talk about segregation. It's kind of nice. Oh, big tackle. Like, I think it's nice. You couldn't have a channel like this in soccer in the UK because I would get death threats if I started saying nice things about Liverpool players on a stream. And Charlie gets the free kick. Chelsea versus West Ham is a quality derby. So a good mate of mine was a West Ham fan. That's why I like Mitch and I like Lewis and Faz and stuff. Like, West Ham, got some good mates who are West Ham fans. So, like, we go way back. And Charlie, this would be his third goal of the game. Nails it. It's West Ham West Coast. I'd say it'd be hard to say it's West Ham because no offense to West Ham, they just haven't won the big thing for like fucking hundreds of years. Right? But like I agree, Mitch, I've softened since I've been here. Atom, so like that's why I said Blackburn straight off the top of the head. Because they were feared. Where like when people like Leicester, West Ham have never been feared with respect to West Ham, but the away day is a tough away day, but it's not fearsome anymore. But Blackburn kind of rings true because they were a big team. They were an unpopular team as well. They were an unpopular team because, like a bit like the EPL, there's always been like a set group. Liverpool have always been at the top of the echelon every era. They've always had a great team. So there's kind of like a little bit of pompousness when a team like Blackburn sticks their nose up. Bit like there is in the AFL, Vic bias. Lewis, I agree. Away days were good. You know what? Like, my favourite away day, and I don't love it enough, was my local team, Whitby. Used to be a gold coin donation, right? A gold coin donation, and there'd be an old guy with a bus. Yeah, Atom, spot on. And they were the best. Gav, I agree. Like, since living here, I actually think it's nice that we're having a conversation with Pies fans, Essendon fans, all sorts of fans. I think that's nice. Rich Vesper, so Chelsea versus West Ham is a very economical game. Chelsea is generally the most affluent part of London. It's where all the celebrities live. And West Ham is East End of London. So it's usually where the Housing Commission, council estates are. Oh, bad kit. I agree. Big saddest thing, Lewis, is moving out of Upton Park. Upton Park was a great ground. Oh, there will be, Andrew. Look, like it's not a poo-poo on the AFL, but I'm saying like when people like try and compare soccer rivalries, one, I don't think you want them, right? You don't want them. But two, you're dealing with years and years and years of history. Like the town rivalry doesn't even just exist in soccer, though. It exists in league, it exists in union, it exists in cricket to an extent. So it's big. Oh, behind. And like both of them have their pros and cons. Like both of them have their pros and cons. Like there is something magical about going back home to the UK, and the same old guys and the same young guys are still at the home section, and they remember you and things like that. Like that's beautiful. And like your home. You know what, Tiger Time? It's not that bad. Like it's genuinely not that bad. Like I think the big thing as well is in the UK, like especially when I was growing up, the swearing and stuff like that, you just knew it was a game and you didn't come into the house with it. Like, it's not as bad. TV dramatizes it a lot more than it is. Like, I'd have no issues taking my my kids there. Wouldn't have an absolute problem doing it. But I do think it's nice. Like, I think the thing we miss, and this is why it shits me, you know, about the AFL's lack of representation for mental health. That you can create communities like we have here at PommyInOz of different groups. I'm sure we've all got different religious persuasions, different ethnicities, different backgrounds, different upbringings, but we're all brought together by a football game. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous to me. They have indeed, Juddy. How you been anyway, mate? I know you're off socials. Is everything good, man? I didn't, Atom. And big goal there. Sydney have been almost imperfect. Angus Sherwood kicks that one from in front. Very, very good performance. Been a good game, this. Where will I find it, Atom? Hey, love yous, Mitch. Good luck at the footy tomorrow. Kick me 3 snags. Ah, cheers, Juddy. Good to see you, man. Well, is it easier to find? And a big mark by Toby Green. 4 minutes 40 to go. Ah, fair enough. I'll find you, Juddy. You and Atom, we'd love to see it, man. Good kick. Phoenix Gothard, clever by the captain. Legend, Juddy. 4 minutes to go. Phoenix Gothard's worked hard. Credit to GWS that they have fought till the very end. 8 goals, 17. I agree, IDK. Mate, look, I think... Look, why I'm quite, like the start of this stream and why on Footy Abroad I'm quite vocal about males' mental health particularly, is I understand why we've put other causes in front of men. Makes sense to me. Other people have been oppressed for millennia at times, but there comes a point where you've got to stop being quiet about it because you're now creating oppression on the people that weren't alive when oppression occurred of other people. And I think everyone born now has nothing but respect for everyone now. It's such a normal thing. So you've got to make sure. And like the stat, just under 3K people losing their lives who are male this year is scary. Like genuinely scary to me. In a generation where there should be less reason to do it. City or Arsenal, it's a tough one for me to say. Because I'm not a big fan of both. Part of me wants Arsenal to win it because I feel for them. Then the other part of me hates City. I do think Arsenal will win it, though. Bombers, our generation and older, definitely. I also think now, though, that it's something that, to counter that argument as well, I think a lot of people have been told to open up quickly more without the necessary belief and structure to do that. Chad Waller, what a goal! So we don't have a grand final in the EPL. We just have a ladder, and at the end, the winner wins. Johnny, it's crazy, mate. It's crazy. Look. You know what needs to stop, though? And look, I don't want to go on another rant, chat, but you know how I feel about it? Is now we've got militant people who are seeing the posts from abhorrent Carlton fans about Elijah Hollands. And then they will twist that narrative and saying, men, we need a mental health round, but then there's men like this. And that really pisses me off because, again, back to my point, you can't ostracize people for their race, sex, or religion just because of a few people. It's not how it works. I mean, like, I'm a man. There's bad men. But that doesn't mean that every man should be ostracized for a couple of bad men. Because I think you make more great men if you open it up. Shot it go behind. Like, that's the way I see it. And it's the way I've always seen it since I was a kid. Give more people opportunity to grow. You might actually find greatness descends from it. Just a thought. What did you make, Atom? Chip in. Good kick. Laverde goes forward. Handball's not a good one from Finn Callaghan, but Laverde made it look good. 2 minutes exactly to go. GWS kick to half forward. Good kick. One burger, love it. Yeah, Gavin, you see, look, that's the problem. Look, but you know what? Harvey Thomas has a shot. We're more accessible than we've ever been. So that means that only logically there's more hate. But I don't believe there's more hate now than there was 30 years ago at all. The difference is now is it's just easier to spread your hate. But people have always been shit. Like, I always find that fascinating that people have always been dickheads. Just dickheads weren't there. But the problem is the standard you accept is the standard you walk by. Have you seen the new generation of trolling? Like, trolling is hilarious to me because people just accept that as a bit of a laugh. And my brain starts to think, how does affecting someone and prodding them to piss them off be perceived as a laugh? I agree, IDK, but that's why it's important. Yeah, but see how they've always been there. But that's why I think it's important people do like what I did on Footy Abroad. Because I think people are scared to say that because you get the misogynistic. And I've had a few people tell me that it was misogynistic. Is it? Like, didn't ostracize anyone. I said women's rights are incredibly important and LGBTI rights are important and Indigenous rights. I can get behind all of them things. But I'm speaking for what I am, a male. So, of course I'm going to be passionate about what I am. Like, it's almost, what a goal that is. Great finish. It's also why I think someone like anyone you name, if someone comes up to me and says that women need more representation, doesn't mean she hates men. Some people do, though, and it's the same as, I'm pretty sure, other rights. I'm sure there's male mental health rights who hate women. Would be shocked if they're not. Fortunately, there's dickheads in every demographic, isn't there? But chat, I want to say, Greenman, I don't know, if you do get a chance, go and watch the first 5 minutes of the stream again. I poured my heart out and I nearly cried. So I'm not going to go over it again because I'm finally in a good mood. But 100%, like, do you know what I mean? As my nana used to say, words are spells. And as my granddad used to say, if you've got nothing nice to say, prepare to knock a cunt in the head. And if you're too scared to hit a cunt in the head, shut the fuck up. And very crass, but I think it's probably the greatest advice in the world. Do you know what I mean? Be angry if you're willing to throw a right hook, but you've got to be able to take a right hook. If not, just maybe shut the fuck up. $107.66. It hasn't been a great game, and Sydney have managed to put their weight on. The real story will be GWS can't hit a target. I'm looking forward to that, Bombers. Hey, Juddy and Atom, love you both. Both gone through different things, and we love you to bet. You both got my deets. Jacob Farrow makes me happy. I bought his limited edition card last week. That was the last time Mrs. Pom told me off. And there is the game. 107.66 in a delayed game. Sydney win by 41. They've been very good. Chat, thank you very much. This has been one of the more lovely streams I've done. I think we've all learned something about each other. We've talked about mental health, our likes, our dislikes, our favourite things, our things we don't like. I love you all, man. Like, honestly, I say this all the time, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. This is the best community. This is where I think internet is good, man. Like, we've learnt about vulvas, dry and wet biscuits, all sorts. And we've also just been drawn together. And for me, love you all. Because like I said, I wasn't going to do the stream tonight. I was feeling a bit down, a bit biscuit-arsed. You guys pulled me out of it. And I loved you all. If you didn't watch the start of the review, and you want to know what the fuck I'm talking about, go and watch the first 5 minutes. Peace with everyone. Love you all. I will see you Sunday. I will be here on Sunday for whatever game I said we're doing. I think it's the Richmond North Melbourne game. Yeah, it is. And then 6 o'clock, we've got the evening game. 6, we're doing the Pommy Sunday roast on the radio show, Sideline FM. So I will see you then. Love you all, chat. Have a great day tomorrow. Whatever you're doing, do it well. And toodle pip.